Are you ready for love?
Right.
Yes, I am. Are you? Are you ready? Are you ready for love?
Break it down. Break it down.
Where are you going? You just ruined my Elton John cover.
Ad-libs, young man.
Ad-libs.
Hello and welcome back to Talk Scottish Football.
Episode 94.
Yes.
And it's not the Celtic Thunder today, so you'll be guaranteed. Delighted, guaranteed. Why do I say words that don't make any sense? Delighted. I might say delighted, I said guaranteed.
I've had a long weekend, son.
I've had a long weekend. I'll probably try and run us through some of these games because I'm not very well researched as per usual. I've had a tough shift over the weekend. Put in a good shift, to be fair to me. But yeah, not feeling great for a Monday morning, even though it's midway through the afternoon. But we've got lots to discuss, including the Europa League draw. Which are we going to kick off?
We may as well.
I think we should kick off with it.
The Conference League one will be later in the episode, so we'll touch on that at that point. But Borussia Dortmund, Erling Haaland is coming to Ibrox to get thrown about like a wet paper bag off of Calvin Bassey.
Yeah, if he's injured, that's going to be a bit.
Who, Calvin Bassey?
No, if
Calvin Bassey's injured,
if Haaland misses the game, there's a chance.
Yeah, if Haaland misses the game, there's a chance. But if he's on it, he can score 10. He can score 10 against anybody. I think he's a brilliant player. He's a player I'm looking forward to watching in the flesh. Hopefully, I can get over to Dortmund. Been over before.
Nicola's not having any of that.
Lovely stadium there too.
She's not going to have any of that.
Nah, she's not, to be fair.
No chance.
You don't get to see that yellow wall, mate.
She's probably going to put us in lockdown as we're recording today.
Seen about it.
Tomorrow she's doing it.
I seen about it a tweet yesterday. Mel Jabs and Bilal Mosney.
Nah, John McGinn, just the best.
John McGinn.
The best tweet of the year. That's got to be up there, to be fair.
You wouldn't expect that for a football player, would you? But it's amazing.
You expect it from Super John.
Super John,
it. Ken Dog.
Saturday, mate.
You're a bit rough, not this morning.
Yeah, I'm not feeling 100%.
Robbie Nielsen drove him to drink again.
As Heart and Midlothian do. I'm not even just going to blame Robbie, but it is what it is, mate. I'm actually, do you know what? I think as time's going to go on, I'll get there. You
eventually become numb to the pain when it comes to football, as I've found this season. Just there's a real emptiness in my soul. The Yogi warmed for a couple of weeks, but
it's brilliant, isn't it? Like, both our clubs just reeled us in.
Don't give me you're fucking third in the Premier League. Get a grip of yourself. I'm hating this nonsense.
No, just recently.
We played them 3 times last season, and over the 3 games, we were the better team, by the way. I'm sure you'd probably agree. Over the 3,
we're dog shit.
Yeah, exactly. And you're now third in the Premier League, and we're fucking second bottom in the Championship.
Do you not think that speaks volumes about the standard of Scottish football, though?
It speaks volumes of the inept managerial ability of Peter Grant.
You're doing a disservice to Heart of Midlothian there.
You always do a disservice, though.
It's a love-hate relationship.
It's like when Robbie Nielsen left,
I have to give a bit back.
You were third when he left first time round.
He actually got us into second and then he left on the night.
Where did you go anyway? Leaf?
No, I'm from Pennycook.
Oh, right.
So they've got a decent junior team, have they not?
Pennycook Athletic, they're all right.
Did they not play somebody in the cup?
Partick Thistle, I went to that, me and my pals at Firhill.
So we've gone from talking about Erling Haaland to Pennycook Athletic.
Welcome to Talk Scottish Football.
Yeah, only TSF could do that.
Right. So if you can get to go to Dortmund, that'll be one of the great away days. But again, we said it tongue in cheek there, but Haaland will probably be the difference. If he somehow misses the game, I think they've got a chance. I still think it's a slim chance, but it's an exciting one.
See, I know they have
tie.
Yeah, it's a glamour tie. The Europa League standard this season is just up there. We were talking about it. Some of the ties in the Europa League are better than the ties in the Champions League.
Even Barca Napoli is
Barca Napoli is an absolute belter. Zenit and Real Betis, that's another really, really good one. So the competition's really exciting this year, and Rangers have obviously got Dortmund. Glamour tie.
Yeah.
But as we said, without Haaland, a wee bit ordinary Dortmund.
Oh,
I would say.
Wow.
He's going to be injured and going to spring.
Ryan Fitzsimons is watching and angry at you saying that.
Leaky at the back.
Fitzsimons reckons that Haaland will be the greatest of all time when he's done.
Nah.
I'm not having that either.
It's impossible. Wow. He will never be able to match Lionel Messi's technical ability.
And he won't be able to match Ronaldo's goal scoring ability.
Nah.
Well, maybe
goal scoring, but winning wise.
I just think it's so hard to imagine somebody being of that level.
Yeah, see like Kylian Mbappe and Erling Haaland, I think they could only really get to their level and winning stuff. I mean, Kylian Mbappe's already got a
World Cup.
He's already got a World Cup under his belt, so that's very good for him. But just Lionel Messi, just the way he plays. I've always been I prefer Cristiano Ronaldo, right? But when you talk about just technical ability, Lionel Messi's untouchable. He's just untouchable.
He is untouchable.
Ridiculous.
The only one man I think can touch him.
Here we go.
His
Diego.
uncle.
No, 2. Diego and Dougie.
Yeah. Old uncle. Diego Maradona is his uncle, is he not? Am I making that up? No, it's Aguero's uncle.
No, Aguero was married to his daughter, so
Messi's the godfather of
Sergio Aguero's son,
child.
Right?
Why did I think he was like Messi?
Well, listen to this. Sergio Aguero, right? He's got a boy. Father, Sergio Aguero.
Yep.
Grandfather, Diego Maradona. Godfather, Lionel Messi.
Unbelievable.
Bet he's shite at football.
He will be shite, yeah.
He will be shite.
Fuck me. Every second touch I tackle with that kid.
Aye. Touch like a baby elephant.
Imagine he turns into like a centre half or a keeper.
Can someone explain to me how we're 10 minutes into this show?
Because you talk shite for the first 5, so I think we're only 5 minutes in.
Okay, nice.
You had to watch highlights. So Erling Haaland away at the Europa League.
Yeah. Yeah, you wanted Barcelona, didn't you?
I would have liked Barcelona.
It would have been good.
That would have been a good one.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to get Barca at any point.
You were there last time when they played at Ibrox, did we not?
No.
You don't tell me we were there?
No, my dad was there. He never took me, the prick. That one's it for you. I was young. I was at 2007, 2008, 0-0 at Ibrox.
Was that when they played Dundee United in the same pre-season? Or was this a European game?
It was a European game, man.
Oh, because remember
the Champions League. Champions League, 0-0. Ronaldinho, Lionel Messi. Aye.
And Dundee United drew with them.
I've got a question to ask you about that, actually.
Okay.
Scrolling through Twitter today, and you said something about Saul Bamba.
Big Saul.
Yeah. So there was a photo of him with Wayne Rooney up his arse. Yeah. No, literally, but in footballing terms, Wayne Rooney at East End Park. What was that all about?
Scott Thompson, captain, leader, legend.
Was that the Petrofac Cup or what was going on?
That'd be some trip, the Petrofac Cup, wouldn't it? Testimonial, sold out East End. Tam McManus was playing for Dunfermline at that point, and he fucking turned and played a blind pass back to his own goal, straight through to Wayne Rooney.
What was the score?
4-0 United.
Oh.
To be fair to Sir Alex, he took a decent team up. It was like Rooney, Giggsy, Scholesy, a few others played. Chris Eagles scored.
He's not going to show disrespect to his former club.
No.
Is he?
That is brilliant.
That is class.
So yeah, Big Saul played that day. I loved Big Bamba, I have to say. Colour hero. Great guy.
Should we move on to
I'm
football?
back playing now, which is great after all this.
Oh, bro, I was going to ask about that, but I wasn't sure.
That is quite nice. Like his former Hibs, but that was nice to see.
Yeah. Let's move on. Let's move on to the football from the weekend. Well, since the two of you are here, I'll let you take it away. We'll go with Adam first, because obviously no style, no ball. Nielsen out.
I just don't like that smile that Dev was giving me there. Yeah, no cutting edge, I think's the main takeaway from it.
Before you even go into analyse it though, is it as simple as just you couldn't finish your dinner? That's it. Because Hearts were pretty decent apart from that.
I'd probably say so, yeah. I'd be interested to get Div's thoughts on that, but yeah, I think. Listen, I texted Div on the Saturday saying that Liam Boyce was 9-1 with 365 for first goal, and that chance, couple minutes in, Davy Kennedy thought that 100 blabs was coming into his account, but needless to say, that was not the case.
It's quite the opposite after the match.
Yeah,
all sorts of minuses.
He also had that, and Stephen Kingsley anytime. So how's your luck?
Had to crossbar.
Free kick. So yeah, I think we can basically sum it up with Hearts didn't take their chances, were punished within the space of couple minutes, and then the game's virtually, don't want to say done from there on in, but I think Hearts could be playing till now and they still wouldn't have scored.
Yeah, I don't think the Hearts players thought it was done though, which is the most important thing.
No, they certainly didn't come out and admit that post-match, because that would be a mistake.
That would be a big mistake, but if they did, they would have probably bounced back and been exceptional for the last following 6 weeks for now. But great start from Hearts in the game, I thought. Big save.
Not being 2-0 down in 12 minutes.
No. That sounds like a Peter Grant. But the goal was certainly against another player, I thought. The Alfredo Morelos goal. But before that, as he says, Liam Boyce, it's a long ball over the top. Rangers should do a whole lot better. But he almost lobs Alan McGregor, and he makes a really good save. And then Rangers got up the other end, and Alfredo Morelos silences Tiny.
It's a difference, isn't it?
It was, Rangers took their chance and Hearts didn't.
Simple as.
Sakala was really good, I thought. We spoke about it. He left Devlin in the dirt, sent him back to Sydney.
Back down under, wasn't he?
Aye, sent him back to Melbourne or whatever it is.
And Ryan Kent offering Taylor Moore a hot dog. That was nice to see.
Aye, and he accepted the offer, which was great. But Morelos got the goal. Sakala should have scored right after it, make it 2-0. And then right after that, Johnny Bo scored a delicious goal. Same kind of ball over the top.
Can't believe how simple it looks.
That's an unbelievable goal. It's so good. That pass from Goldson is phenomenal. It's so good. The touch, I think the touch might be the best thing about it though, the way he takes it down with coming over his shoulder.
And it's still controlled despite it being
just sums up the vein of form he's in just now.
Is that pure defending or is that a great pass?
Great pass for me.
I think it's a bit of both. I don't know exactly where John Souttar's at, but I'm not taking anything away from the pass. And like David says, great touch from Joe Aribo, the man that I was fearing going into the game. First and foremost, I've got to be honest, given the rich vein of form that he's in this season, and it's an emphatic finish past a goalkeeper of Craig Gordon's calibre, which it needed to be.
Yeah.
So.
He'll be gone next summer.
Joe Aribo?
I'm pretty confident he'll be gone next
He's
summer.
just getting better and better.
He's, you know, when you see this with players all the time, where you can just see them just like, wow, holy shit, they've stepped up massive.
Yeah.
And there's no sign of it slowing down.
But I'm not being funny. The clubs that I'd seen for Joe Aribo's next, like with the bookies, Brentford and Crystal Palace.
Yeah, but then the thing about the wages, like even the wage rise there will be ridiculous.
I think he's better than both of them.
I think Palace is a good club for
Probably,
Aribo. You know what I mean? I just think he would fit the kind of style of play players have got.
Could see
Gallagher's
that.
a
He's a very Crystal Palace type.
Yeah,
player,
That's
but
what
he's
I was
better
going
than
to.
that.
I was going to bring up a point that McGinley made a few weeks ago, and that's what he was saying. Obviously, guys like
I could
Eze
see
playing
that.
with Palace
Eze
and
as well.
such. But I'm not
Zaha,
trying to sell Joe
Elise.
Aribo off. For goodness gracious me.
You won't need to, he'll
You
do
want
himself.
players like him to stay in the league for as long as
Do you
possible,
not
but
think
his
Champions League
performances
football
are.
could tempt him, Div?
Champions League football should tempt anybody, I think.
Of course.
Aye.
So
Yeah, but as long as you don't fucking lose a playoff when you're down to fucking playing against 10 men at home.
You calm yourself down. 60 grand in your bank would also tempt me, though. Instead of 10 or whatever.
fair comment.
But how much money's enough, Joe? You know?
Yeah, I think he's brilliant. And yeah, he's absolutely flying. From then on though, at 2-0, I certainly, when I saw the score was 2-0, I thought that was probably game over. But Hearts, they probably still had. You say it was all but over, but you know, if they'd have got a quick goal,
No, of course. I think the consolation is that it was so early on. But like I say, it's fine margins, isn't it? It's no cutting edge. And Hearts, I've flattered to deceive recently. You know, I am obviously happy with the start that we've made to the season. That goes without saying. But in recent fixtures, we've struggled through games. Like even the last two away performances, obviously battered off Motherwell. Livingston battered us first half, and Liam Boyce's goal proved the difference that day.
Although
just need another centre forward in
I
January.
probably agree with you with the striker position, but the game that he's beat Livy, that I thought that was a good thing, because he's won the game when he
Ugly.
didn't play that well, which
of course.
maybe in another week that wouldn't have happened. So that was a kind of positive. I watched the second half as well against Celtic, and I thought Hearts should have took something out of the game. I know Celtic maybe had the chances to bury them, but then Hearts grew into the game. When they had big opportunities,
and
I thought
the
they
past
were
few seasons would have got beat off Livy comfortably.
maybe,
100%.
but and I think like the performance levels in this game as well were right up there. They were good. I know that 5 minutes or so they kind of lost their head, but after that they kept good possession of the football. I think they won in the possession stats.
Yeah,
I know that you don't get awarded points for possession,
how
but
much is that down to the fact that Rangers were just happy to let them have the ball?
yeah, I do think Rangers. What I will say is give a wee bit of credit to Gio. The starting 11 he chose for Rangers was quite attacking. I know that Hearts did something similar, but the starting 11 for Rangers were attacking. I think the game plan was to go out there, get the game done, take your opportunities, and then they did start to play more of a counter-attacking style of football, I thought, and maybe could have got another goal or two off the counter-attack, especially in the second half.
Had to go along with that.
But yeah, it is always hard to look back in hindsight and go, you know what I mean?
What was the atmosphere like at Tiny? Was there any Stranraer Thistle fans there to join the brothers in arms against the SFA day out?
No, Inverness ones had made the trip down
Inverness
after
ones,
their,
Scott Gardner was right in amongst it.
after their trip at Morton at the
Yeah,
weekend.
fuck
No.
me, Dodds, he was fuming, wasn't he? I can't wait to come on to that.
But atmosphere
Any
was
boos at full
underwhelming,
time?
I think. No.
Okay,
That's going to happen though, innit? Because Rangers silenced them.
Exactly. I think everybody was up for it initially. Like,
Yeah.
Hearts need to get...
And also, Hearts
need to
recent-
get the crowd on
the recent
side.
record against
from
Rangers at
early.
Tynecastle is quite
It's
good.
good.
Yeah,
That's what had me quietly confident heading into the game, and why
Well,
I'm, why I've
when
been
Hearts
left
when they got
disappointed, so.
relegated, they beat Rangers twice. Am I right that season?
Aye.
In the cup and in the league.
In the cup and in the league.
And then,
and the
they
first
finished
game they
bottom
drew
of the
at
league.
Tiny as well.
And they're the third in the league. So, you know, it's kind of progress, mate.
No, of course,
You're in a
of
very
course.
fucking good place just now.
Yeah, we are.
And, you know, another transfer
But-
window with Mr. Savage at the wheel, you never know what's going to happen.
But I think that's probably highlighted the need for reinforcements. I think right back in particular wasn't pleased with Taylor Moore's performance for the
Is
first
Michael
goal.
Smith injured?
Yes.
And plus he's about 46 now. So.
He's about 32, 33.
Yeah.
So that's a
Is he
problem
only
position.
Is that all?
Yeah.
Wow, I want to get on his skincare routine.
I know, the silver fox though.
Yeah,
Oh,
big
he's a
handsome
handsome
gentleman.
man.
Yes.
And a centre
He's got to
forward
be
for
older
me.
than 33, no?
I'm convinced he's 33.
So does that
Maybe
mean he came up to Hearts relatively young then?
He's
Considering
been here for ages.
he's had a good career.
Ian Cathro signed him. So that was about 17, 18.
The lure of
something.
Ian Cathro though.
That's
That's
it.
what's brought Michael Smith
Oh,
up the
it's
road.
so- okay.
It was
okay.
Austin McPhee back then, obviously working in
Big
the
Goldie
Northern
Locks.
Ireland setup. Yeah.
He's causing it now
What a
down
time
at
to be
Aston Villa,
alive.
by the way.
I just got Michael Smith, the darts player. Big bully
Right,
boy.
Right, go tell us, put us out of misery. What age is Michael Boy?
I'm going to guess 33.
I think 34.
Yes, 33. Well, okay, fair enough. Good player.
Maybe get another couple of years out of him. Get a tune out of him for another couple of years.
Hopefully.
Anything else to add?
I just think the game overall was a good advert for Scottish football,
Yeah.
not for officiating, because I don't think that the referee ruined the game or anything like that.
For
but
both sides, I might add.
think, yeah, of course. I just think he lost control a wee bit. He ended up giving out 11 yellow cards, a red card for Josh Ginnelly. Probably deserved the red card, but there was
that
a
was
lot.
so daft.
It was silly because
Why does
Devlin's
he
went
need to get
in.
involved?
I don't think Borna needed to react in the way that he did as well, because Devlin's actually made a good tackle, but they both of them have basically says right sound, and then Ginnelly's get involved. Borna didn't like it, and then he's put the head in. Both of them get a yellow. and
Cammy
he's off.
Devlin knows what he's doing though, because now
Yeah.
he faces a suspension so that he's clear for the derby. I think that was a big talking point amongst Hearts fans heading into the game. Get booked in this one so that you're fit to go for
When
a
is the
trip to
Edinburgh
Scotland.
derby? Just so I can
3rd of
plan
January.
something else to do that day, because it's always shit.
So disrespectful.
It is normally bollocks though, isn't it? Really, in recent times it's been dreadful.
Aye, that's harsh.
I think with the way that Hearts are playing, though, and the way the Hibs are playing, that could be a good game.
Yeah,
That could be a
Fingers
drubbing.
crossed.
it's going to be nil-nil, mate.
that's
Just
it.
a final thing on that from a Rangers point of view. You just said to me in the car that that's the tough run out of the way, kind of. Few
Yeah.
favourable games coming up. And everyone looked at this and thought, with Gerrard leaving, this run of games could be the time for Celtic to really close some points on Rangers, and it's just not happened. Not for anything Celtic have done, but just that Rangers have been so consistent.
No, absolutely. And the big thing that Gio said as well since he came back in was keep the zero, and they've done that so far. In the league, they've had 3 clean sheets, I believe, out of 4. They've conceded 2 goals in 6 games. One of them was against Leon, so he certainly showed them up at the back, and I think you can see that as well.
Goldson looks a different player last couple of weeks.
Yeah, Goldson looks a lot better. Borna Barisic looks a lot better. Tav looks a lot better defensively, and I think that's because under the new style of play, Gio puts ownership to the wingers, that they need to get high and wide. They need to be the guys that are making stuff happen, and not so much relying
pressure off the full
on
backs.
Borna and Tavernier and getting caught out of position and all the rest of it. So they're a lot narrower, I feel.
What did you make of the potential Goldson handball?
I don't think it's it's a handball.
I've
But
not
it's,
seen it.
but it's not in an unnatural position.
I don't think so. Do you?
No.
I've not seen it in real
I'm-
time.
I totally agree.
No,
I've
I
seen
don't.
it
I
still,
don't
and it
think
doesn't
it
look
is.
too far away from his body for
No.
that. But you'd be raging if that was given against you.
You would be.
Undoubtedly. It's one of them that if it's for you, you're screaming for it.
But again, though, with
it's-
the way handball rules gone now, you wouldn't even have been shocked. If it
and,
was
Nah, I
given.
wouldn't have been.
and with the way that it's written, like you say, it's not in an unnatural position.
Yeah.
So it wasn't for me. I saw lots
Boys-
of Hearts fans say that. I think they're just clutching at straws. to
I think
be
the
perfectly
ball
honest.
still fell nicely to Boyce, and he should have did a whole lot better.
Oh,
with it.
100%.
I like Boyce as a player, but there was a few opportunities in the game he should have did better with. I think
Gary
Hearts should have
Mackay
maybe.
Stephen
He's
did
not
well
long-
to keep it in
he's
play.
not long
obviously,
back from an
so.
injury though, boys. He's got to give him a few weeks to get.
But his
Couple weeks, but the
standards,
match-
though.
and the match winner at the weekend.
Yeah.
Got history in this fixture, but
See, I think
Never
he'll be
mind.
disappointed with some of his finishing the
But
game.
his record in return at Hearts has been phenomenal.
Yeah, he has been phenomenal, so you can give him a one off.
Right, let's move over to the East End of Glasgow. Celtic 1, Motherwell 0. Speaking of atrocious refereeing performances, and again, both sides felt the brunt of it, in my opinion. From what I've seen, the ref was just dreadful. Celtic got their only goal through Tom Rogic, who we all know I'm a big fan of. And this is a massive result, I think, for Ange, just looking at the selection issues they had going into it. No striker in the team, on the bench or anything. And then Forrest gets injured early on. You're left with just Abada and who was the other one? Mikey Johnson is the
He
only
came
real
on, yeah.
attackers in the team. So just to get a win was very important. Didn't really matter how they did it.
No, absolutely. I think at this time of the year, you just need to get the victory. I think Celtic fans will concede it probably wasn't their best performance of the season, probably one of the worst, but they got the victory. As you said, they didn't have a striker, and it was David Turnbull that had to play in that position. Ange didn't give a lot away before the start of the game. He was saying there's going to be a lot of interchanging and such. So I think they've went in, they've got 3 points. Motherwell have been in good form too. You just move on fair, didn't you? But Graham Alexander was not a happy bunny.
No, he thinks
after the match.
Thought the foul was soft for leading up to the goal. I thought it was very soft as well. I'm not totally convinced it's a free kick. What do you think?
But there's no point in debating it, given that they lose Tom Rogic at the
They
back
deserve
six so
fuck all
easily.
for the defending
So,
for the goal. He's standing there unmarked for ages, even before the free kick's taken, and nobody picks him up.
no, criminal, absolutely criminal.
And
That's
if you,
what I would
if
say
you're
as
going to go
well.
to Celtic or Rangers and you're Motherwell, you can't do that. If
No.
you do something like that, you deserve everything you fucking get. You've got to be tight and
And
compact.
particularly just
especially
on the
at set
verge of half
pieces.
time.
And to be a smaller team playing at one of the big teams to lose a goal from a set piece, that's a killer.
Getting at half time at 0-0.
And
We'll see.
they had a couple of chances as well. So
Yeah.
I think they'll be heartened by the display. I think a lot of Motherwell fans said that they were very heartened by the performance, but Celtic just had a little bit too much for them. There was a penalty decision that I thought was mental that it wasn't given. Carter Vickers and Tony Watt. Have you seen that one?
I have.
He just wraps his entire leg around him.
Yeah.
I mean, Watt's seen the leg and gone, but
Do you not think he's fishing for it though?
yeah, but fuck me, he's wrapped the leg around him. It's
No,
not
of
even like
course, but
his whole
I don't
body
know.
is turned.
I'm in
like,
two minds, to be fair.
Tony Watt is definitely looking for it.
Yeah,
but
100%.
he would be though.
No, of course. Of course.
It's not even like he's just slightly dangled the leg out. He's manoeuvred his whole body and twirled his leg round. I thought it was a bit strange that it wasn't given.
I thought it was a penalty.
I thought it was a penalty.
I thought that was a decision that Graham Alexander should have been.
If that was a foul for the that was more of a foul than the foul for the goal for me.
Yeah, that was.
If that's given, if that foul is, if that tackle is outside the box, there's no discussion. It's a foul. Of course, it's a foul. I think that's way more of a foul than the one on.
But hey,
the one for the goal.
On
Scottish officials.
But
Can't
again,
beat them.
no,
You're not surprised.
again, this is what I'm saying. I thought there was a few decisions. Even that one right at the start, Forrest has that chance. Kelly makes a really decent save, and he gives a fucking goal kick.
I know
What
some
are
of
you
the
watching?
some of the decisions are just awful.
Yeah,
Absolutely awful, and it
almost
ruins it.
almost as if we need full time referees.
We do need full time referees and VAR.
Just that one, that shocking decision for the goal kick, the one for the free kick. VAR doesn't change either of those decisions.
No.
VAR probably doesn't give a penalty either.
Aye.
It actually
No,
made
because
me
it's not a
wonder.
clear and obvious error. Because we're having a debate about it.
It made me wonder who the best and the worst Scottish officials are. Like, surely they're all on such an even keel now that it doesn't matter who takes charge of your game come the weekend.
They are all just dreadful.
I feel like they've been in a bad run of form.
I did think Willie Collum was the best for a while, but
I thought Bobby Madden, and then
Even in
recently I don't
desperation.
think he's been great either.
it was quite cool.
Shocking.
That was one thing cool about last season doing press at empty grounds was hearing the referees talk to the players. And Willie Collum seemed alright talking to the players, but John Robertson was shouting at him one day, and Willie was like, "John, trust me, I know what I'm doing. And Robbo goes, "Trust me, I wish I fucking could." And they just pure stared at each other. It was fantastic. But Willie was giving him the pure teacher lectures to all the players.
Yeah.
In his nature, wee Willie.
What I will say is, I think Celtic had the opportunities to win the game
Of course.
more comfortably. So,
As you'd expect.
although it probably was a penalty for me, Celtic had most of the football and probably did deserve the 3 points if there was a team out of the two that did deserve the win.
It's the definition of 3 points and up the road, that fixture for Celtic. And
Aye.
this is the one
No
thing,
Jota as well.
Just not a general thing. I've talked a lot recently about how the Old Firm game, if it had come 3 weeks ago, I think would have been a great time for Celtic. If it came today, it would be a dreadful time for Celtic and a really good time for Rangers.
Sums up where they are at the minute.
It sums up where their squad is, and we've known this, that January was going to be a big
Totally.
month because they are very, very short. Albeit there's being short and then there's having like an injury crisis, and this is very much an injury crisis just now. Kyogo will be back next week. It sounds like he was touch and
Is
go.
that right?
He was touch and go for.
Was he not even in contention?
He
for
was,
some
he
surprise
was
appearance?
touch and go for yesterday.
Yeah.
And said on
Yeah.
Saturday he was going to decide if he was going to play on Sunday, so he should make
That's an
next
interesting
weekend.
one.
The bench at least, because the next question I was going to ask you then is what is the solution if no Kyogo? Let's then say hypothetically he doesn't make the next game, or if he gets down with another injury.
Celtic not
What is the
playing midweek
solution?
as well?
Probably aye. There is midweek fixtures that we'll need to cover in this podcast too.
But clearly none of us have done the appropriate research to find out what they are.
We'll just touch on them
I
at the
know
end.
of Hibs Dundee
This is
on
a review
Tuesday. I
podcast.
thought Celtic and Rangers play Wednesday, no?
tea cake going back to Easter Road, that'll be tasty.
Yeah.
Wee Sparky. I don't know what the solution would be. Genuinely, I mean, there's not much they can do. It's square pegs and round holes, isn't it?
I would say Lila Bada has
Owen
to play
Moffat.
through the middle.
Owen Moffat, mate.
Who on the flanks? Johnston
Exactly.
and Forrest if he's fit.
injured.
That's the problem with
And
Forrest, innit?
Johnston's been honking. Abada's not even been that good either recently.
I think Johnston's been okay. I think he loses
Abada not looked
concentration
better in
a
Europe
lot.
probably than
Abada was
domestically.
brilliant in August and September, and he's kind of died a death since then.
Yeah.
Johnston needs coached. I think like he's got good
I
raw
agree.
abilities going forward. He does really well going forward, but even
Also,
in
how
the
many minutes has he
European
actually
game,
had since he's been
not
back
a
with his
lot, but
long-term injury?
even in the European game, he was at fault. Well, he gave the ball away, and his positional sense wasn't great for two of the best goals. But then going forward, they got a goal, and obviously, so I think he's good going forward. But defensively, he's got a wee bit to work on.
Lewis
That's
Morgan up
another.
front.
I know this. I think this is the first podcast back that we've been back anyway. But just a quick point. The last European games there, Rangers obviously got a draw away. Scott Wright scored the goal. A
Yep.
Scotsman obviously came through the Aberdeen Academy, now at Rangers. And then for Celtic against Betis, it was another free Scotsman that got a goal. Mikey Johnston, Ewan Henderson and David Turnbull.
You and Henderson bring him
So that's a good wee thing for Scottish football, that.
Yeah, absolutely. But these guys, I think you could drop you and Henderson into a game. Like, I think he's good
Could
enough.
he play in the 9? Could he play through the middle? No. Could he play out in the wing and then Abada
I
could
think,
move
but I
in?
think when you've
player,
got like with the way Celtic are playing just now, if you've got Rogic, Turnbull, Abada, Johnston, Henderson, even young Owen Moffat, they can all kind of interchange. Do you know what I mean? They can be a bit fluid. The one thing you're going to miss is Kyogo's running in behind and is you need somebody to do that. I don't know who. I think Abada may be the most likely to do that, but
Yeah.
I don't know. It's going to be tough if they don't have him back for next weekend. But Jota's a big miss as well. But it just does somehow how short they are. But it sounds like they've got that Rio Hatate, is that his name?
Yeah.
Sounds like that's all but done for him to come in January. So
And there's a couple others that they're looking at.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they're in offensive areas either.
that
To be honest.
I don't know. I'll learn his name when he signs. He's another one that's an attacking player. So they're definitely looking to enforce it. The one thing that would be an absolute disaster for him is if Cal McGregor went down injured. Because if he goes down injured, they're humped. Because it just keeps him going.
He's the one for me.
Yeah, I agree. I've said it all along. He's the one that you really, really struggle with because you've got played a couple of games. McCarthy coming in. So, yeah. But anyway, we'll move it on. Where are we going next, Daddy Dev?
I think we should go over to McDermott Park.
St Jobby.
St Jobby 0. I can't say that. St Johnston 0. Aberdeen 1.
Controversy galore at
Wonder who
McDermott
predicted
Park.
that scoreline.
Oh, aye.
Yeah, I think you did.
Some scrub that writes for who scored. Controversy though.
Oh,
Shouldn't be the goal disallowed.
in abundance.
VAR disallowed that one.
Yet another refereeing decision. Imagine my surprise.
Although again, what I will say is I think Aberdeen were the better side. But it doesn't matter, does it?
You've
It goes
got
back
to-
to what Yogi says
You've
the
got to
other
go and
week.
earn it.
You've got to go and earn it, son.
Yeah.
You've got to go and fricking earn it, pal.
And in this
But,
case, it comes
Says
via the
nothing
arm
like that.
slash.
Don't ever disrespect
Do you not
him
think so?
again. No, not like that. What the
Do you know how Yogi does sound though? Like
Nobody sounds like Yogi.
chocolate cream. That's what he sounds like, doesn't he? Kaz Mulligan.
There are two absolute.
He's sat right there, by the way.
Two
Kaz Mulligan.
absolute greats of our time, Kaz Mulligan and Yogi Hughes.
Yeah.
I'd love to get the two of them in a room together.
Do you know who was in here last week as well?
Who?
The property boss.
What is he?
Jim Goodwin.
Aye, Jim Goodwin, stood there, mate, doing TikToks. But what were we saying? Aye, VAR probably does disallow that. I don't think that Jenks has intentionally handballed
It's irrelevant.
it, but it is irrelevant. It
helps in
his
an attacking
hand.
sense.
Do you think it is unintentional?
I think it's unintentional. I mean, you would need to get into the mind of wee Jenks there, by the way. But I would say I think it's unintentional. But then the strike wasn't unintentional.
Great strike.
Pick that
To be
out, Xander
fair,
Clark, young man.
and very decent limbs in that away end from the Dons. to be
Aberdeen
fair.
have had a decent base support.
Yeah, well, they've always had a good base.
I know,
support,
but-
always done.
Because most of them live in the Central Belt. Struggle for attendances at Pittodrie, but they've always got a decent away.
Yeah, that's an
support.
interesting point actually. Yeah. So yeah, that was St Johnston are struggling though.
St Johnstone now bottom of the table, David.
Yabba dabba do.
If
Yeah,
you're
so-
Callum Davidson,
Never saw that coming. Did I have them in third? I wonder. I might have had them.
aye,
in
by
third.
the
I
way,
did.
I might have had them in third.
But I think I caveated that with if they keep the squad together, which
Kieran
they failed
McCann,
to do.
yeah, of course.
Two most important players left.
And I think they've got a couple players out with injury in offensive areas. Was Witherspoon not out? Stevie May
Yep.
still.
Yep.
So
Davidson is trying to get a few in the door apparently.
Jamie
Come
Walker.
January,
I'll tell you
that'd
now,
be a decent signing for him. But
they'll be safe. They won't go down.
I don't know.
Too good.
You think so?
Yeah.
I mean, see when you watched
I'm
them
not
though
so
against
sure.
Aberdeen, all the stuff they were so good at last year, they didn't seem to be
I'll tell
doing
you
it.
why I think that. Remember, they were dreadful for the start of last season.
Yeah.
And Davidson showed his adaptability and he changed it. And
Yeah,
they're
but we're in
always
December
slow
now.
starters though.
I don't know, but
you'd expect them to click into gear by now.
If they don't,
The big man's nearly here. St Nick's nearly. He's round the corner.
yeah, I know, but I think they'll change it. I think they'll be all right.
Don't score enough.
And
Like,
also, they
nine
will
league goals
have a
is
bit of money.
criminal.
They'll have more money in January than Ross County and Dundee will. And St Mirren, I'd say.
In Ross County, Big Roy.
Roy's not.
Roy needs
I
goal.
think those
There was a
days are-
famous stat going about under Tommy Wright's leadership. He never made one signing, one money signing. Did you know that?
Yeah, I don't
Doesn't
know.
surprise me, to be
There you go.
honest.
But no, they will have money because they've got the cup money, the European money, and
the money from Kieran McCann,
Yes,
yeah.
there is money there to be spent. I would say. And
Go and
I
get
think
Cummins.
if they need to do it. Yeah, but you know
Cummins
what I do
on
find,
loan.
What I do find mental, right,
From
is
Tayside
surely
rivals.
someone in
Aye.
the Premiership can get a tune out of Jason Cummins.
I know. I don't understand.
Surely.
That's what I was going to talk. Obviously, we'll come on to it. We'll just come on to that. But the fact that like Cummins isn't really coming on and featuring and all that, I think there could be somewhere for him.
And speaking of Dundee, like
Hibs just said about the Hibs.
Saints' third of their league goals have come in one game against Dundee. Like that just speaks volumes about the fact that they cannot score goals.
Yeah.
They
so
just can't.
why not?
And they're not keeping them out as much as they used to either, which is
No.
the problem.
Yeah.
But yeah, Aberdeen have had a wee upturn since Dave Cormack's radio appearance. They've kind of turned things round.
The data.
Mystic Meg.
The data has been fantastic.
He knows what he's doing.
Mystic.
Does Dave Cormack.
Big Dave.
Aberdeen are flying.
Dave Cormack's got the best voice in Scottish football. I love listening to him.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
I just think the new Aberdeen's balance look exceptional. I think I've had the same starting 11 for the last 3 games now, and I really like the look of it. I really do. The back line looks assured. Obviously Ramsey and stuff have still to come back in, maybe McKenzie, but
Ojo's
Johnny
doing
Hayes,
a great shift at right back.
Yeah, Ojo's doing really, really well. He's
And
very
also
adaptable. But then
Brown's been fantastic.
Yeah, he has been. Lewis Ferguson for me has been their best player this season, but I think Hedges is their best player overall. But then when you move in, you've got Ferguson and Brown, and you move in front of that. I really like the dynamic of Hedges and Gianmanuel Thomas starting in the same team. And then obviously Ramirez up top.
It didn't seem as though they'd found a position for the Jet.
Because even the thing is,
Watkins and Hedges supporting Ramirez.
Yeah,
I like it.
Decent.
Even the thing with him is like, even if he's not having a great game, he still occupies defenders and he gives them something different to worry about.
He's a nuisance,
and if you
isn't
want to hit big diags up to him, you can. He's a big fella and he can do something with it. But yeah, they are in a decent place just now. I thought that would come because they've got a good squad, and now they've found a wee upturn in form. It's much more of a happier camp than it was a couple of months ago.
I've been intrigued to see the rest of the December fixtures, but I think they'll kick on.
Yes. St Hearts will finish ahead of Aberdeen this season.
Yeah.
I really don't know because they're coming up behind us, so I wouldn't be surprised to see them.
I feel like every
sort of
season,
catch.
even under McInnes towards the end, we were at this stage of the year and they didn't look like they were going to get third, and they always kind of find a way to get right into that race.
Because it's all the other teams that aren't necessarily the old firm. Like everybody talked about McInnes's negativity and clashes against the old firm, but they still pick up points on the road at all these other grounds, and that's a brilliant 3 points at McDermott Park. Because I know for a fact that Hearts' record in Perth is shocking,
Especially like with it being so late on as well. It just gives everyone a boost. Right, where
Definitely.
we going?
We are going up to Dingwall, I would say.
Dingwall, rubber bumper.
Barnstormer. 3-2 to the Dingwallians versus Dundee. Very good start for Dundee. Luke McCowan got the goal.
Great goal.
We can now move on to that point about Luke McCowan.
What was the point about Luke McCowan?
He's just a goal scoring genius, and you wouldn't have expected that.
A bit of controversy here. It's not really relevant to Scottish football, but UEFA have confirmed they will redo the Champions League last 16 draw.
What?
Because when they were drawing Atletico's, Man United weren't in the other pot for the options where they should have been. So they're redoing the whole draw.
So PSG versus United could be away.
corrupt.
Well, it is away. Yeah.
They're all
It's away.
corrupt.
It could come back though. They'll heat the boys up, won't they? Back to more important things. I mean, Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo sit down,
No,
step
thanks.
up Luke McCowan and Charles Cook. I mean,
Charles Cook's been
Top
good for
players.
us. Oh, Jesus
Charles
Christ.
Cook is a brilliant player,
He has been
by
very
the way.
good.
But Luke McCowan get the goal, very good finish.
Yep.
Charles
Two great
Cook
goals from
done some
McCowan.
nice stuff, get the equaliser, and then Luke McCowan get the second. So on to that point about him getting some goals.
What do you mean?
Just the fact that you would, if you were to look at the start of the season at that Dundee squad, you would expect guys like Jason Cummins, Lee Griffiths to be the players getting them goals, but now Luke McCowan's up there.
And
It's almost
Danny
as if
Mullen
the-
prior to the game.
and
at
Danny
Ibrox
Mullen,
is
aye.
It's almost
3
as
and
if
3, didn't
the young and hungry players are better than the over the hill has-beens, isn't it?
What a hot
Jason
take.
Cummins like 27 or that? He's too busy, isn't he?
Aye.
He's Doig.
George Doig's sister.
Whoa,
Well, that's what, is that all he's going with?
calm down.
What? It's a well-known thing, is it not?
Aye,
Yeah, it is.
It's all over Instagram.
I know.
Aye.
That's what I was talking about anyway, but I was wasn't saying.
What a joker.
Well, I don't like
But,
the mince for words, you know what I'm saying?
Cummins started the season okay as well, get some goals, and then he's out the team.
He's too busy scoring off the pitch to score on it. So.
He scores both, doesn't he? He scores on and half, the boy.
But
Griffiths
yeah,
not so much.
No, he's. I don't.
Couldn't hit a barn door with a banjo, could he?
No, I'm not even going to go there.
But more positives, Luke McCowan.
Yes, Luke McCowan. Let's get to that point about Luke McCowan's going.
Let's get about that point about Luke. What's the point?
I don't know. I felt you were teeing me up for something. I don't know if I clue what you're on about. Aye, well,
What's the point with Luke McCowan?
Goals coming from not what you would expect.
Yeah.
Paul McMillan involved again at the weekend. He's a good player. But Dundee, yeah, they've got to go with these guys because it's like when they. I keep going back to it when they took Charlie Adam out of the team last year, and like when they had Graham Dorrans as well. They kind of took him out of the team at one point as well. Once they realised that these guys that are on big money that aren't really at their prime and they're not as hungry as others, are certainly not hungry in a footballing sense. Then they started better. Oh, I can't slag off Lee Griffiths for being fat. Fucking hell, I'm going to slot in the comments.
Where do we go next? County obviously get the win, so that was great.
Fantastic.
What's
What
the
about
goalie doing, but
big fucking what's at risk
Can I
and
just
goals?
say,
Was it you called them Poppadom?
truly dreadful goals for Dundee to concede.
The first
how
one's the
many
worst, I
times-
think.
Second one.
The second with the keeper
First one's
coming into
horrendous.
no man's land.
But the first one is like there's a Lee Ashcroft shaped hole in that defence, as I mentioned.
How have they not signed a centre half? Like, the gaffer is a former defender, and yet prior to that game at Ibrox, they'd actually went on a decent wee clean sheet run. I think it was something like 2 and 3 or 3 and 4.
Well, Ashley's dropped out.
now they
McPake-
just look as though they're conceding goals aplenty.
there was rumours going about him being the next Hibs manager, Hibernian manager, young James
Aye.
This is
McPake.
the guy that's
When at Easter Road on
He
Tuesday
hates
night,
him.
surely it's his.
He hates McPake.
I don't hate. I've got nothing against you.
You think he's awful?
James
He just
McPake.
should have been sacked about 6 times during his Dundee career, but he's somehow escaped it.
Don't like James
Because
I mean,
they just knew.
What?
They just knew where he was going to get them.
John Nelms doesn't know where his fucking inbox is. I doubt that he knows to keep James McPake in a
he's
job.
getting raging,
Come
isn't he?
on.
See,
Inbox.
here comes the brothers in
Aye.
arms coming out again.
Listen, Adam, it was in the spam, mate. All right.
Spam fritters.
Aye, it was in the spam. So let's transition into Hibs then. Since we've talked about their manager.
This feels like a late night recording, doesn't it?
Nah, I think it's done all right.
Absolute joke
Last
over
show,
the place.
last show was good, by the way.
Verbal diarrhea.
I thought I was awful, and then I watched a wee bit back, and I thought I was brilliant.
I never watched
Kidding
it.
on, nah, I'm awful.
Shite, mate.
But anyway, Hibs,
this is
get on to that point about Luke McCowan, so we can move on, please.
I don't even know what you're on about. What you keep bringing this up at Luke McCowan?
It just keeps
I don't
smiling after that point about Luke
I
McCowan.
don't know what you're on about.
I already made my point about Luke McCowan. Did you not get it?
I don't have a point about Luke McCowan.
Oh, do you not have one? I thought you'd say to me first.
No.
I'm positive you did.
He's looked over and smiled at you about 3 or 4
I
times.
feel like I'm
for this
missing an
point
inside
about
joke about Luke McCowan.
What a player.
Luke McCowan, by here, can I make an admission?
Never heard of him.
Never heard of him until he scored the 2 goals.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Nah, I'm joking. Good player, wasn't he? Was it he came through
One
at
off
Arbroath?
the one off the air conveyor belt.
He was there United.
Ah, that's what it says.
He, Alan Forrest, this Irish
Yeah.
fella.
And Stephen Kelly was there as
Can
well.
we move on?
That's it.
Aaron Drennan up
can
front.
spot a decent
Ipswich
winger, can-
Loney. I
can
loved
Ayr
watching that
United.
Ayr United team. They were so good, man.
Same.
Michael Moffat, Aaron Drennan, Alan Forrest, Stephen Kelly, Luke McCowan,
An abundance
Mark
of
Kerr
talent.
absolutely strolling it at 37 in the midfield.
Stephen Kelly with a free kick. You
Amazing.
remember that goal?
Big Aaron Redcard Muirhead at the back.
Brilliant. Absolute brilliant. I loved going down to Somerset and days like that. Hibs new manager.
Maybe bad old Lenny.
Babado Leonard back in the door.
I would love that.
Knows his
It
city,
would
didn't
make
he?
for the greatest cup final ever next weekend.
That'd be great, wouldn't it?
Just
if,
for the
if
patter.
Neil Lennon gets Hibs' job this week, they'll win in that cup final.
Don't say
Your
that.
house on it.
Don't
Aye.
say that.
Your house on it. Of course
Celtic,
they are.
please, I'm
You
on
can
my
just
knees.
see-
It's the lesser of
you
two
can just
evils.
see-
Come on.
You can just see Lenny at Hampden doing the aeroplane post match.
Don't even. Don't,
I
please.
could die.
Oh, giving it the absolute big ones.
Yeah, I would. You know what? I'd love to see actual
Seeking out for
Lenny.
Simons in the crowd. Where is he?
Lenny doing the helicopter.
Wow.
What?
The helicopter,
no,
the
the
airplane.
airplane.
All right.
The helicopter's something entirely different.
What I was going to say is, did you see
Listen, mate.
Lenny,
that's
right?
fine.
Lenny collabing with Ronnie Dyler, right? Taking a Dyler approach. So
Well,
he does
he
the
did the
aeroplane,
Dyler,
but he does it in his
helicopter,
boxers.
What, one step further
Did
than
you see
Dyler
Ronnie
with a
Dyler? He
helicopter?
won the fucking MLS or
Don't.
whatever he done, and he just
Don't.
stripped naked.
But Dyler's
Please
got,
don't.
And he's
got previous,
undies.
he's got previous for that.
What's that all about though?
He did that when he was like
What a
manager of that team in
creep.
Norway.
What about the Waynes?
Oh, fuck knows.
Oh, he's a creep.
What is going on there? Can somebody actually please in the comments or whatever?
It's some promise that he kept. Oh,
He
don't
did, he used
move
to, he
on.
did it before. I remember
Honestly,
before he
he's
got
a
the
weirdo.
Celtic job, seeing a video of him doing that with his Norwegian team.
No, I know there was a picture there previous, but when I seen it with New York, I was like, what is going on here?
Look, he's a character.
Aye, Hibs manager, Ronnie Dyler.
Nah, why would he?
No?
That's a
Ronnie
massive step
Taylor's not
down.
going to
think
touch
so?
the Hibs job.
Aye, the money he'll be on over there. No way.
Right, okay, I'll throw another name.
Live in New York on
I've-
that dough to come to Edinburgh and what,
Mackay
manage
Stevens,
Hibs?
he chose Midlothian. Is that a place?
Midlothian chose him.
Steve Keane. Just in the
Yes,
door.
please.
Was there a wee bit of politics?
Yes,
Get him in the
please.
door. Get Steve Keane in the door.
Nah.
You know, Jack Ross, see you later.
I'd love to see that as well.
No way.
No?
No way. No.
What's another name?
Hibs don't really do
Another
things
name?
like that. I'm not sure I'm having that.
Last name.
Dell in it.
What?
Dell.
Dale? No, it's not
God.
Dale. Fowler.
Robbie Fowler.
Robbie Fowler.
Saw that this
He was in
morning.
the front page of the papers. Get him in.
Yeah, I mean,
That'd be banter.
it would be just stupid. It's about like when Kenny Miller said he wanted them filming.
Kenny Miller. There's another name
Big
for you.
Jig.
But him and Big Jig.
Chipper.
Alex
Chipper could
Neil.
get it.
Alex Neil's the obvious one.
Chipper just wants Eton to know. So I
Chipper
His
is-
former Hibs, it makes
literally,
sense.
He
Big
is
Chipper.
like.
How have Falkirk overlooked Chipper? Absolute fools, man. They've went with
Don't get that
Harry
either.
Jennings.
Big Martin Rennies.
Martin Rennies, aye. Fucking
bit of indigestion.
big heartburn he'd. Kidding on. I don't even know who it is. But I'm joking. But that's
Alex Neil's the obvious one, no?
Alex Neil is the
He's
obvious
ruled
one,
himself out the running though, is he not?
But see,
I think
Alex Neil, right? If it was going to be Alex Neil, surely you just get him right in, because he's out of job anyway.
He literally watched the last game. He watched the game against Livy.
He's probably
and
doing
passed comment on it.
Probably doing a bit of scouting or that.
So-
Was he doing telly? What was he doing?
Does a wee bit of championship
I
telly?
just saw him in the crowd.
Would Dale go for it? Big Dale?
I
boy?
should. Derek should.
Yeah,
Either them or
good
down
job
south.
for him.
He would be a good job.
That is a good job
It'd
for
be
him.
Good appointment for Hibs as well. I'm
Absolutely.
not sure I can see him at Hibs. So it just doesn't.
It doesn't fit though, does it?
I've always to
Aye,
me
it
Hibs,
does.
to me I always think of Hibs. I think attacking, entertaining football.
Derek
lots
McInnes.
Lots of intensity, bit of pace.
Goals at either end.
Just not Derek McInnes.
Here.
basically.
I agree.
Sounds like you're describing Brian Rice's style of player.
Get Chipper in the
I'm
doors.
actually no
Do it,
kidding on.
Hibs.
Kamikaze.
Kamikaze chips.
All over
That'd
the
be
gaff.
great, by the way. What about Yogi? Back up the road.
Few Hibs, I'm not even shitting you. I've seen a lot of Hibs fans spouting about getting Yogi in.
What about Yogi?
No, Yogi's got a big enough job in his hands. It'll take him a good fucking 10 years to sort out the shit show we've got at the moment, but we'll
But
come to it.
let's just talk about the man that's at the helm at the moment. It's David Gray for the foreseeable future,
What a great
according to the
guy.
statement.
Sir
So
David Gray.
David Gray,
Sir David Gray.
Supposed Hearts fan.
David Gray,
My whole-
OBE.
Yeah.
He's at the helm at the moment. Got a draw at the weekend. Probably should have took all 3 points. What was that? What are you looking at?
The ghost that's in here.
Jesus Christ. They probably should have took all 3 points,
Probably.
but Big Shaughnessy popped up with his, what's the boots he wears? He wears rugby boots, doesn't he?
Maybe Hummels.
Hummels?
Good finish by Big Shaughnessy, to be fair. I
Copas.
liked it. After Josh Campbell got the opener. Let's talk about some football now, shall we? Because we've not done
That's
that.
what I'm trying to, right, I'm trying to go into
What
that.
about that point about Luke McCowan? Get us tell.
Got to tell us then. We're fucking waiting on you telling us the Luke McCowan point.
Oh, fuck knows, man. Hibs are just jobby, aren't they? Really.
They're not great, are they? They're not great.
Nizzy should just got that header he had, I thought, personally.
I don't think so.
He's put it right down the fucking
I know, but it was a tough chance. I think they're clutching at that point.
He's better than that.
He is better than that.
He is Kevin Nisbet really frustrates me because I think he's so much better than what we've seen this season. And even like in
Frustrates
games,
a lot of my Hibs pals watching the games as well.
yeah, but he does so much good stuff, but then he'll just miss a chance. That
Do you think it's a case of Doy's out the pram after the Birmingham move? Or it has to be something deeper than that, surely.
I don't know.
But you're right, he does not look the same player.
But Hibs, I think Hibs will be regretting not selling him now. 4 million in the summer.
Yeah, 100%.
Fucking, I tell you who else is regretting it? Ross MacArthur is, because we were due for like 1.3 million.
Big deal, big deal.
Which is fucking huge over. That's the training ground and probably the academy covered. Yeah, so I don't know, but 1-1. St Mirren are still winless in how long now?
9 games, I think that
without
is
a win
now,
for
yeah.
Saints, but you could see the
I thought that was a
celebration from Jim
must-win,
Goodwin
actually,
for the
for Jim
goal.
Goodwin.
It was a must not lose, I think.
Well, true.
Yeah, I don't think he's
True.
at that stage yet. But again, we talked about it a lot about St Mirren fans having to temper their expectations by remembering that they are still St Mirren, and it's a much tougher league this
Hi
year.
Tom, if you're watching.
I did see
Tom's still watching.
the property boss was talking a wee bit about it in the run of form. He was talking about how the fact they'd had 7 draws and this and that, the next thing, the luck wasn't really falling for them. But he was also talking about his philosophy and how he wants them to play football the proper way and how he will stick to his guns. But I just think sometimes when a manager comes out and has to defend his style of play and the reason why he's doing things, they're writing sometimes on the wall.
Yeah, it's
so
usually the beginning of the downfall.
it
isn't
does seem like that, but they will really need to start picking up results for sure.
What's the script with the Conference League draw? Are they just not doing it?
That's what I was trying to check there. I
Dunno,
can't see
man.
it.
Must be
They
doing the
top for-
Champions League
they
draw
top
again, and then
Aye.
maybe.
No, it sounds like they're doing that later on today. But
Where is it? They're doing?
What a
Because
shit.
I
Normally
heard,
Monaco, isn't it?
I heard they were doing the conference draw somewhere
Oh, no,
else.
it's currently in process.
Is it not in like Zurich or something?
No, I heard it was in.
God knows.
Where was that again?
So the first
Monaco,
like 4 ties.
Milan.
It's normally Monaco, I'm sure. The first 4 ties
God
have been
knows.
drawn, including a really tasty one, Fenerbahce against Slavia Prague, which is just the Twitter is going to be
That's just crazy.
mental. Have you seen like all the part all like the
Galatasaray.
yeah, the Galatasaray stuff is very funny.
They're everywhere, the Galatasaray
We
fans.
should put them in our fucking title.
Aye, we should.
It was just
We should
title
have
of show.
did it when we did the.
No, it's just
St.
title of show.
Johnstone.
Luke McCowan to Galatasaray.
By the way.
Galatasaray.
Oh, I didn't know Liam Boyce played for Werder Bremen.
Yeah.
What?
Picked him up from Cliftonville, I think.
I didn't know that.
Well, he didn't really play for them. I think it was
Aye, it was
Werder
like-
Bremen
signed a
second.
contract.
It's like when
or
Kyle
Oh, is
Lafferty
it?
was at fucking Palermo. Was it Palermo?
outscored Paulo Dybala.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
For the big man.
What a player.
What about that, Luke McCowan?
Aye.
Right, where are we up
Right,
to
we've
now?
got one last game. It's up in Tannadice. It was 1-0 to David Martindale's men, the Livy Lions.
Cracking Paul Pogba penalty from the big fella.
It was brilliant, wasn't it?
It was brilliant, and
never missed a penalty.
But I tell you what, a fucking great week for Livy. Because, you know, we always think that they're going to pull out a couple of results here and there. And that's Hibs and Dundee United in like the space of like 4 days, 6 points. Wow.
Keeping the 0 as well.
Yeah, definitely.
And you would imagine they'll be safe. Leicester have drawn Rangers.
That sounds like, have you seen that page on Facebook that just says all the names rang and all that? Reindeers FC, they always say
that. The African guy, is it from Ghana, the guy that does the news?
Oh, I've seen him, aye.
Yeah.
That's my uncle.
I thought that was like a parody for so long.
No.
It's actually legit.
It's legit. He just loves the game.
Yeah.
He loves Scottish football.
Loves the game. Loves Joe Aribo.
He's a Triple H man. Right, where are we off to next? Championship.
We never even spoke about Livy, really.
We kind of did.
Back-to-back clean sheets, 2 great wins.
Fair play.
Luke McCowan coming in January.
Yeah,
it's looking great for Livy.
Big Martindale's loving it.
Before we go to the championship, I know that this isn't a preview show, but one of the midweek games is Hibs Dundee. Ooh. Just a quick one.
Tasty.
How do you see that going before we go to the championship? Because time is of the essence here. It's a big game, isn't it?
No. Is it Dens?
It is at Easter Road.
Ooh, I'm going to have £5 on Lee Griffiths in a pub post-match singing songs he shouldn't. There we go.
You'll probably get about £5,
£10
back.
Or somebody
potentially,
else.
or maybe someone else.
Yeah, I think that could be a draw, boys.
I think there's more chance of that than him scoring. Let's be honest.
1-0 Hibs.
1-0 Hibs. Alright, let's move to the championship. The glory hole.
2-0 Hibs.
2-1 Hibs.
2-1 Hibs, that was it. The glory hole of Scottish football.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's League One, actually, isn't it?
Yeah.
League One.
Glory hole.
Yeah, well, you can just run us through and I'll give you a little bit of chat.
Run you through the championship? I never really
went
had
to
that
Iraqis on Friday night.
Did you? Oh, unlucky.
Yeah.
Right, talk to us about that one then.
How did Michael Moffat play?
Regretting that.
Best player on the pitch?
Undoubtedly.
He always is the
What a
Moffat.
cultured
So
footballer.
cultured.
Celtic
have got, live reaction, Celtic have got Bodo/Glimt.
Oh,
Did they not beat Roma?
Bodo.
Battered Roma.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's
By the
That's
way,
the Celtic got in the UEFA.
who was it again? Bodo/who?
Glimt.
Right, they're good. Championship.
That's all you're getting on that reaction.
No, I don't even know. Sorry, actually,
I know they battered Roma. That's all I know.
That's it.
They did?
Don't
So that's a tough game.
That strikes me as one of them ties that it's just an absolute nightmare for Celtic.
Yeah.
Because everyone's going to expect them to batter them.
Although Celtic went to toe-to-toe in the Europa League, so
or something like
So it's
that.
like when they played Ferencváros on the line.
Yeah.
You never heard of them before.
They'll probably get through.
Depends who they've got injury wise.
we'll go to the championship then.
Yeah, let's do it.
Raith Rovers 1, Kilmarnock 0.
It's
Is that the
paying me-
4th loss in a row now for?
It's paying me
Something
that
like that.
It's going to pain me to say this, but Raith Rovers are going to win the championship this season.
That's a big win for
John
them.
McGlynn's
You said
side-
that the last couple.
John
It's-
McGlynn's side will be in the Premiership next season.
McGlynn ball in
They're
full
the best
flow.
team in that league, for me. I would say.
Best footballing side,
And-
I would say by far.
They've always been
Here's
the best
another thing,
football.
they've
Just about
been
getting that.
Since they came up from League One, they've been playing the same stuff. They've got a lot of, that takes the well coached. It's not like a flash in the pan. This has been building for a while at Rovers. There's a really good feeler in the club, a decent crowd there at the weekend. Christoph Berra taking penalties.
I'm amazed they've done so well, given the loss of Regan Hendry in the summer as well. I thought that was a big
It'll be interesting to see
loss.
what Dylan Tate's obviously away in January, I think. Am I right? He's going to Hibs in January?
Well, he's signed for Hibs, but he's been loaned back.
Was
Hasn't
he
he?
not loaned back until January?
I don't know.
I think that's the case. But
I swear you said this the other
they are
pod as
absolutely
well.
fine. But that was a great result. A
Yeah.
really good result.
Zanata with a goal.
Yeah.
He's been brilliant for them.
But
Yeah, it's
Kelly,
been-
man, Jesus.
I know, I just didn't foresee it. Like, I thought they started going a wee bit of a run, and I thought, like, this is when they
Well,
might
You
stretch
thought
the
they were
leagues
really
here.
going to motor on, didn't
Aye,
you?
and they really haven't. That is a shock, but
Here's the thing. Kelly fans with chance of Tommy Wright get to fuck during that game, to which Tommy Wright turned over and waved at them.
frosty.
Yes, very frosty indeed. And of course, who do Kelly have at home next weekend? The Candy Bars, the Pars.
Candy Bars.
We're going to Rugby Park next weekend, and I fancy us, by the way. I actually fancy us to win that next weekend.
That's got 0-0 written all over it, doesn't it?
I would find more confident about us winning there than if we had like Morton, honestly.
You've done all right against them so far this season. Like,
We drew them 2 each, and we should have beaten them. They were shite.
Yeah.
We've done all right against most of the big teams, actually. Not like they've done all right. It's the ones at the bottom we're rubbish against.
Next
Even
game-
Rovers we've drawn with twice, and we should have beaten them. I think at least one of them. We drew with Thistle at Firhill. Granted, Arbroath put 7 past us in 2 games, but that's not really the point. But yeah, next game.
We'll save the best for last, so we'll go over to Partick Thistle versus Arbroath at the weekend. Another great result
Unbelievable.
for Dick Campbell.
Especially
2-0.
Thistle's home form.
And the fact they hadn't
2-0
conceded in
away.
a good wee while as well.
Did the boy get another goal?
It was Anton Dowd
It was Anton Dowd.
and
Liam Henderson?
Yeah.
Liam Henderson.
It wasn't Big Nubly, who I think that's who you're thinking of. Yeah, wow, what a result, man. They are absolutely flying.
Let's talk about anti-vaxxer.
Big Mikey boy.
Aye.
Mikey McKenna.
Mikey boy. What a result, though.
No jabs.
No jabs, no?
No jabs.
No jabs, no problem, young man.
Yeah.
Part-time Arbroath above Kilmarnock on a Premiership budget.
Wow.
Absolutely
With Premiership
incredible.
players.
That's a sacking offence for Tommy Wright, I'm not going to lie.
We can't sack Tommy Wright. It's
But-
nonsense.
Aye, you can.
Nonsense.
Well, who did Kelly appoint?
How do you get a better manager than Tommy Wright?
Who did Kelly appoint?
Callum
this-
Davidson, that's Wapdale. He'll get them up.
See, right, so this is, I'm going to post this to you, right? See if St Johnstone are bottom in like February and Kelly approached Callum Davidson. What do you think he would say? And say they were like 3rd in the Championship.
No,
I think so.
I would say no.
I think that would be a closer decision than maybe some people would think it would be.
That'd be like a Nielsen one, wouldn't it?
Because if he goes to Kelly and gets them
Yeah,
up,
Robbie will take Kelly. There you go.
Robbie would take Kelly, by the
take
way,
Kelly.
and he'd get them right back up.
yeah, and then they'd
Brilliant
be, third in
manager.
they'd be 3rd in the table.
Jig,
mid-table.
as his assistant, obviously had history at Kelly.
He
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
He did.
I could see that.
What was his face back that was horrendous there? Oh, it was at Birmingham. What was his name? Lee something?
Lee Clark.
Lee Boyle.
Lee Clark, yeah.
The Geordie.
That was a laugh, wasn't it? Big Gordon Sawers was raging with that.
Oh, big Gordon.
The Kelly board must be wondering what on earth's going on after the Alessio
You've got to
malarkey.
give Tommy Wright time. The worst thing they ever did was sacking Angelo Alessio
Oh.
because he like bams like Kurt
was
Broadfoot.
in top.
Now look at them.
The guy was
Didn't he want to do
assistant
double
manager at
sessions?
Juventus wasn't good enough to manage Kilmarnock.
Unbelievable.
Fuck
Dafty,
off.
man. Honestly. Talking about Cut Broadfoot, his team won 6-1.
Yes, this is
Versus
probably the story
Morton.
in the weekend.
This is the
After
year.
the
I'm telling you.
midweek cup tie at Capello, in which Morton won on penalty kicks, and the training facilities were not fit for vermin, said Billy Dodds.
Oh my God.
And
Wow.
John Robertson was going nuts on the radio at the weekend as well. It did sound like an absolute shit show. They had like no power, no heating, fucking no running water. And all
This
that
is the
sort of
year
shit.
that Morton get relegated. I'm telling you.
Don't say that.
It is.
But then Inverness turned up at Capello on Saturday and just chose violence and absolutely scudded Morton 6-1.
Yes.
Managerless Morton. I don't even know who took the team. Probably John Sutton, maybe. I don't know. But yeah.
Your guess is as good as mine. That's a poison chalice gig as
Well,
well.
it's the definition of poison chalice. That I don't even think Chipper wants that one.
Nah.
I don't know who the hell they're going to go for. By the way,
Jack Dross.
get fucking
Ross.
Jonathan Johansson back. Oh, Ray McKinnon. Get Ray McKinnon back to Morton for the shits and giggles.
Now we're talking.
Yeah, wow, Callie are doing quite well, aren't they? I'm amazed Billy Dodds has done as well as he has done. That had
I like Billy Dodds.
all the makings of a disastrous appointment, though, didn't it? Really.
A disaster.
But he's been
class.
great. He's
He
been
has
absolutely
been
great.
great.
Right, best result, best game, for sure.
It's the most 0-0 3-3 I've ever seen in my life.
Dunfermline 3, Queen of
It's the
the
worst
South
3-3 you're ever
3.
going to see in your life.
Some good goals, though.
Someone said to me it was a cracking Sunday League game. And that's how I would have
I thought there was some quality
And that's
goals.
Scotland's second tier.
Couple of good
We can only
finishes.
seem to score from set pieces, which is annoying.
Kai Kennedy's free kick was a belter, was it not?
Kai was a standout.
What a player.
After you counted him out and all.
I don't think I carried him out.
Nah,
I said
you
it
told
was-
me he was shite.
Well, he was shite. But I never said he couldn't be good. I was aware.
No
He
relation.
says he's shite
I might
and
add,
send
so-
him
but
away.
he's a
He will be going back. I'm pretty sure he'll be going back in January, which is going to be an absolute nightmare because we have no wingers. But yeah, Queens went ahead every time. We were rubbish, but what I will say is we showed plenty of fight and we got the equaliser. Lewis McCann leading the line, scored again, really good header. Big Mark Conley, my hero, my mate, he scored as well.
Big Mark. I loved him at United. See last
big
season,
corners.
man. He was brilliant to watch.
Mate, he's now our like fans' favourite now, him and Dom, because he's just.
winner.
Well, Mark Conley was fantastic at the back again, to be fair.
Got a goal.
But Kai was good, 2 assists and a goal. Can't argue with that. But he's going to have to be good because with Dom out of the team, we are really, really struggling.
Yeah.
Loved Yogi's post match because he said since he came in, he's basically said Kevin O'Hara's our best striker, but Kevin O'Hara's not started a game for Yogi yet. Because he says we need to get 3 in midfield, so we need Lewis McCann up front because he's a big boy and he can hold it up and do the donkey work. But he said post match quite candidly we might need to sacrifice the man in the middle and get 2 up top because it's not working. And he's right, in midfield we're just nowhere near good enough.
So what's that? Kevin O'Hara off the bench to run at tired legs then, presumably.
That's what
after
happened at
that?
the weekend. They
Yeah.
did all right, but I don't know if we'll do that at Kelly. But when we played 2 up top at Inverness and it worked all right, it was McCann and O'Hara. So
Interesting.
What about Big Todorov?
Todorov, nonsense. The big talking point is what is wrong with Craig Whiten? What is Craig Whiten doing in training? He must be shocking in
Jobby.
training. Yogi didn't even mention Whiting post-match when talking about our striking options.
He didn't even
Craig
come
Whiting
on.
was phenomenal the second half of last season for Dunfermline.
And it
He was
actually looked like it was a mistake that we'd let him
good.
go. And now,
He was just, his link-up play, his touch, his finishing was phenomenal. Scored some great goals. And I thought, wow, we've got a brilliant striker here.
I think he's always been a decent wee player, if not a prolific goal scorer.
He was so good, and I'm like, right, he's going to be brilliant for us. And Yogi didn't even mention him in terms of our striking options, which is so strange. He didn't come off the bench when we needed to find a winner. I think he's the best striker we've got, but you know.
But it's been weird selections for a good wee while.
I mean, I'm not disputing what Yogi's doing because he's seen him on training pitches, and there's obviously a problem with Dunfermline we're not seeing in terms of the
Behind the
squad.
scenes.
So you know,
Is this the first time Dunfermline have scored 3 goals in a league match so far this season?
I would
Scored
say
up there.
so. Yes, it probably is. Yeah, it will be. But we conceded 3 as well.
That's what I was going to say. Was there a case of he was trying to be a wee bit more attacking and left the back door open as well?
The other week.
I put 3 past there as well. There was the annoying thing was he was like, right, we'd stopped conceding goals, and even recently we'd lost 1-0 at Hamilton with a penalty it never should have been, and a wonder goal at Thistle. Apart from that, we'd looked relatively solid. And then we go and concede 3 at home. We've conceded 3 at home at Queen's, 3 at home at Thistle, and 3 at home at Arbroath this season. It's just nowhere near good enough.
Not for a
just nowhere near
promotion
good enough.
contender,
But
they were dubbed.
It's all about context. The most dispiriting thing at the weekend was like when Grant was there, you could say, right, he's the problem, get him to fuck. But when you're still not very good after he's gone, it's like I don't even know what the issue is anymore. And every football fan thinks they know how to fix things with their own team. I don't know I don't know what the fix is. So that's why
volumes about where they're at.
Speaks volumes of how tough a job Yogi's got. He's got my full backing. He's got he's got everyone's full backing at the club.
Will he get backed in January? Maybe a couple of
100%.
loan deals or
Big time back in January. I would
Jason Cummins?
if he's got 2 or 3 already lined up to come in 1st of January, would not shock me.
Cummins on loan.
Nah.
Let me count.
Aye, that was the news we're going to talk about.
We'll take him.
But Kelly next weekend, I think we'll win.
Oh, big statement. Moving on to League One, the one that really stood out to me, Adam, was Airdrie versus Queen's Park. What would you say about that one?
Being postponed.
Yes.
Yeah, great.
Thought I'd catch you out there, but you didn't.
There's only one thing I want to talk about.
Falkirk 0, Cove Rangers 3.
On my Cooten, thank you, Cove.
Falkirk could count the goals they conceded on half the fingers on one hand this week.
Oh, yeah. Shea Logan managed still to get himself sent off
He
in the
loves that
94th minute.
fucking red slice.
3-0 up. How has he done that? I just don't know.
Somebody called him out for a plumbing job. Someone had a burst and he had to race off to get it sorted.
Paul Hartley,
Rolling
one of
in it if he's
Falkirk's
doing the
most
plumbing.
terrible recent managers in their history.
Yes.
And going to the Falkirk Stadium and claiming a 3-0 win.
It's mental how we talk about Cole. We don't really talk about Paul Hartley that much, but this job is doing
What a
wonders
man.
for his credibility.
Legend.
A guy who did
Love
a
that guy.
phenomenal job at Alloa and then went to shit a little bit.
I still think he did all right at Dundee.
Yeah. He did
Till the
okay.
wheels came off eventually.
Yeah, the wheels
but
did come
yeah.
off big time. But
Is it maybe Falkirk gets the problem, David? The managers. No, Paul Hartley, the club. Is that what you're saying?
The stadium, the
They're an
supporters,
absolute shambles.
everything is just a problem.
And talking about Arbroath above Killie on a Premiership budget, Montrose, like Falkirk must just look at Montrose and think, what on earth's going on? Like, why?
They've got a phenomenal gaffer in Stuart Petrie. But the one thing Dev said to me in the car that I thought was hilarious was that he said that he had Cove in his coupon because that was a banker.
Yeah, it was done. And it's away to Falkirk as
Cove
well.
Rangers got a Falkirk and that was
something
a
like
dead set.
19 to 20, I think, on
no
Div's
idea,
bet
man.
slip.
But it was,
Aye.
yeah, mental. That's something you'd even say.
you
Imagine
not think-
said that to you 3 years ago, you'd say that.
Yeah.
Imagine you had them to win to 0.
I know. That'd have been decent or not. Sebastian Ross, do you not think he can grab them at a hole? Falkirk? He's obviously started up top.
I'm just thinking earlier on about you talking about Martin Red, heartburn heat. Like heartburn heat.
Ben Hall at the back, he's usually solid as well.
What you on about?
I'm just talking about the Falkirk team.
There's nothing usually solid in that team.
No.
He's that, yeah.
Charlie Telfer in the middle.
Look at the state of this team.
What a player.
The only good team in that.
Kevin Hay.
The only good players in that team just now are like
Nesbitt.
Callum Morrison and Aidan Nesbitt.
Zayden Keena not start.
No. Do you remember when he came to Dunfermline and
Was
scored
banging
an
them in.
absolute worldie at Inverness?
Honestly though, I've got to say, I think Craig McGuffey should be getting more minutes. He's brought him on in the 76th minute. He should. Craig.
Wholeheartedly agree.
I'm
mate.
telling you, Craig should be.
It's Mick Guffey, I'm loving that.
McGuffey should be getting more minutes. I'm telling
He
you.
scored a wonder goal for Ayr United against Morton last season. Absolute corker.
Scored a great goal at Tiny as well for Morton. last
Right,
season.
next
Very,
game.
very similar to Luke McCowan.
We need to fly through these. Montrose 3, Dumbarton 1. Good
As you'd
result.
expect.
Yeah, as you would expect, but still a good result from Montrose.
Definitely.
Standouts in that game, of course, Graham Webster with a double.
What are you up to this week?
Graham Webster get yourself a
I'm
brace.
more of a Kevin Webster man myself.
Alloa, I like, what's his name, Andy Webster? Aye, he's my kind
Andy
of Webster.
Webster.
Yep.
Jamie Webster. You like
He's
Jamie
made
Webster?
that
I
chocolate.
love some Jamie Webster, mate.
You do like Jamie Webster,
It's
don't
my
you?
favourite artist, actually.
Ali Love got the only goal for the Bully Wee versus Alloa Athletic.
Clyde have
That's
only
a good
had
result
4
for Alloa.
players score for them this season.
Clyde
I heard that on the radio, could not believe
back
it.
up to 4th in the Fans League of Vermin this week. Has anyone seen that on Twitter yet? I'm going to keep plugging it so everyone goes and checks it. It's fucking hilarious. This guy, he used to do this thing on Twitter. It was called the Fans League of Vermin, right? Where he would pick a team's fans that had done something shocking over the weekend and rank them. But it was like, it's like pure exaggerated, right? So like Celtic fans, attempted murder of Barry Mackay, second in the list. He just slags off the old work constantly. And Clyde are always in there for like, it'd be like Clyde 4th place, wildly celebrating rape.
Airdrie must be up there as well, surely, no?
He just slags off all these teams.
Good grief.
It's great viewing if you want to laugh. It's quite crude humour, but it's a good laugh.
Yep. Anyway.
That shows me job, he's in it.
Yeah,
all over the
Peterhead
place.
won his 5-1. His 5 are just going down, aren't they? Cy Ferry was great.
You know who I thought was great? Andrew McDonald.
Oh, Andy McDonald, talk to me. Wax lyrical about him.
He must be a cousin of mine.
Phenomenal. What a player.
Yeah, really good.
Destined for bigger things,
I
surely.
would say
Yeah.
so.
Scott Brown did another double shift. Grant Savoury up top. Talk to me about his touch. Sweet, innit?
Touch is something to savour.
Right, anyway. League 2.
Sweet touch.
Sweet touch for Savoury.
Oh, you know we've been talking about. There's a genuine story we've been talking about in League 2. I don't think they would have covered it on Thursday because they're a bunch of scuddies that don't know anything about Scottish football.
They don't know about Adam Webster.
Kevin Rusty Bits leaving Stirling Albion. But Kevin Rukiewicz leaving Stirling Albion was very interesting. Did you read the
No
statement?
surprise. No, I didn't.
So he released a statement. Well, the club released it for him, in which he kind of went in a bit on the club, which I thought was really interesting. Talked about how he'd like financially backed him himself in terms of like supporting the club and all that, and he just basically bigged himself up. And he hinted that the club weren't really supporting him. It was a strange one.
God.
But he's left, and that led to loads of rumours that he was going to go to Morton. Obviously, Stirling Albion under him had done really well up until the last like 2 months.
Oh, the Albion have fallen off a cliff.
The Beanos have.
I think they're outside the playoff places now.
Yeah, which they were really close to Kelty earlier.
They
on.
were virtually second for.
They played.
ages.
Did they not play Kelty and they could have gone joint top or something, and they drew or something?
I think you're right, or maybe like a point within them or something like
then
that.
the wheels have come off.
God's sake. On you.
Everyone, so people reckoned he'd get the Morton job, but I mean, Morton will have to go for something like that because I can't see them getting anyone else.
That reminds me, now that you've said that horse I told you to bet for,
Is it running out? Did it win?
I get beat. Anyway,
Didn't back it. Yes.
League 2, Athletic 4, Elgin City 1. There was, the boys talked about it in the last podcast to be fair, but Elgin calling the game off.
Well, I wasn't in the called the game off. It was Raith.
It was Elgin.
Was it Elgin?
Elgin, aye.
It's not the ref. How
No.
are Elgin allowed to do that?
Aye.
That's not right.
They changed the rules like F1 did.
Yeah. That was an absolute disgrace.
That was Neil
Who's that
Doncaster,
for
wasn't
in there?
Oh, it's my nana.
Do you want to
Aye, I'll answer it.
get on the line?
Aye, I'll answer it.
On the line, not the lines.
How you doing, Nana?
How you doing, son? You busy?
Aye, I'm up doing a podcast at the moment. You're live actually on the show.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What did you make of Joey Cardo at the weekend?
What, son?
No, I'm just going to let you go, right? I'll phone you back after this, right?
Listen, no bother, right? Sorry, son.
Right, love you, bye.
You're not fucking.
loved. Do you know what it is?
that does
Do you know what
sound
it is? She doesn't like Joe Cardo, and I've just mentioned him.
She prefers Callum Higginbottom, doesn't she?
She does. She prefers Callum Higginbottom. Oh, goodness gracious me.
Oh, that's up there with one of the best TSF moments. That
I've just been
patched. Absolutely patched.
Hi,
It was
that's
the
my
silence and then the.
Why did you not ask her about Luke McCowan?
Honestly, I just thought of the fact. I was looking at Kelty, who won 6-1 as well at the weekend.
That's
And,
absolutely tremendous.
Can we just end the show?
She's absolutely killed you.
I'm
there.
devastated.
She has absolutely destroyed you.
She's
live on
destroyed
air.
me live on air.
It was the silence, the doot doot doot. Absolutely patched.
I think it might be a signal. She's
You're
not got
old
4G
chestnut.
on the Nokia. She's not got 4G.
She's on the dial-up.
She's no. She only had 20 seconds up. Ran over. Kelty 6.
Top up,
Albion
top up,
Rovers
top up.
1. It's expected now, innit, be Kelty.
The wee Rovers pulled level, and I was like, oh, maybe,
Yeah.
maybe they might get something.
Only undefeated team still in the SPFL are Who was the goal scorer this weekend?
Nathan Austin scored a brace, as you would expect. Daniel Finlayson got a goal. Botti Biabe got yourself a brace as well.
Swansea, Falkirk.
And Jamie Barjona is back from...
Didn't they go the whole season unbeaten?
Yeah,
Yes,
I think they could.
I think
They
they
are
could,
running
yeah.
away with it as well. Like they
I think they win League One next year.
Oh, big statement, but
Wow.
yeah.
Probably the last year of Joe at a good level, I would say. And then you've got Higgy. Higgy's still got a good few years left. Austin's more than good enough to win League One as a striker. The whole team's more than good enough, man. The Championship players.
Yeah, absolutely. Steny 2, it's just disappeared. Steny drew 2 each.
Yeah.
With Edinburgh City. Why, you talk to us about that?
I thought that.
This is running on a lot, and I've got a quiz and everything.
Let's just get to it.
We'll just get to the quiz. That was a good
there's
laugh, to
the
be
League
fair.
I've got questions.
That was a good wee laugh.
What
to
about
be fair.
Cardiff Beef this weekend?
Good.
Draws.
The Blue Brazil. Just doing bits.
Your
in there.
nan's absolutely killed you.
She has. Heeds away, boys. Heeds away. Right, quiz. Who's gone first?
I'll go first. Are we not doing Twitter questions?
Yes.
We'll do them after.
We do Twitter questions after?
Yeah, why not? Let's just change it up. Well, let's
Change
spice
it up.
things Variety is the spice of life.
Right, who's gone first? You gone first?
Adam can go first if he wants. It's up to him. He can do whatever he
No,
wants.
you go
Thanks, I'll
first,
go
mate.
first. Let's go. Woo!
Okay, question 1. Have more goals been scored in the first or second half of games in the Scottish Premiership this season?
Second half.
That'd be false. It's actually the first half, 130 compared to 128 in the second half. It usually is the second half as well that
That's a surprise.
when teams are tired and such.
I've
Right,
done a Callum Butcher then, got in 2 footed.
Yeah.
Not even thought.
that's you after the next 3 podcasts. Adam, Christian Ramirez managed a brace against St Mirren last week, but has the American received an international cap?
Jesus.
I'd be guessing.
Yeah.
I'm going to guess yes.
You would be right in guessing yes. He has played in 2 friendlies in 2019. Maybe due a call up. He's having a good season.
Who's he competing with for the starting berth up front? for the
What's his name?
Timothy Weir.
Josie Altidore.
Timothy Weir, Josie. Is Altidore still kicking the ball?
Aye. I don't know.
Couldn't tell you the
Brad
answer
Bobley.
up front.
Bad probably. Question 2. Question 2.
Randy Carroll.
Former Scotland player Sean Maloney was born in which Asian country?
Malaysia.
Correct. Would you have got that?
Good knowledge.
Aberdonian, isn't he? Terrible
I
accent.
Malaysian.
I absolutely loved
He is
him.
Malaysian, actually.
I loved him when I was a kid. Loved me some Sean Maloney.
He's a good player.
Great player.
Good doing in Wigan. that one, eh?
Tactical genius as well.
Livingston are known to have relatively successful youth setup. That's not really worded great, but anyway, name 3 former Livingston Academy players.
Fuck.
Graham
Probably-
Dorrans, Robert Snodgrass, Lee Griffiths.
Correct.
I love how you named the
You get any other ones?
Andy Halliday.
Yep.
There was others. Who else would have been there? I don't know.
The others named were McNulty, Murray Davidson, James McPake, Cole Donaldson. That's all he's thinking. But he said etc. So you could have literally said anybody.
And he would.
John Smith, he was good.
Yeah, like a can of John Smiths.
Greenock Morton defeated Inverness, Caledonian Thistle at Capello on Tuesday night in a Scottish Cup replay. But what Premiership side did the team from
Motherwell.
Greenock now face? Motherwell, yep. Adam, over to you.
What's the score here?
It is 2-1.
No, 2 each. No?
2 each back and go 3-2 in
You can go
front.
3-2.
You get the first question right.
I know.
But you got this third one right, so it's
Yes,
2 each.
yeah, that's my
User
third
on the ball,
question.
just checking. Question 3. Which club has scored the most goals in the Scottish Premiership this season outside of the clubs from Glasgow or Edinburgh?
What a corker of a question.
Ross County.
No, but that's a good guess. It's actually Aberdeen. So it
I'd have
was,
said Aberdeen.
yeah, 23, 2 more than Motherwell. But I think Ross County are up there as well.
Yeah,
They must be
aye.
on
Thanks to Dundee.
19, 20
And
now.
they put 8 past, is it? No,
Yeah.
9 past. Is it
8.
6 in the
5-0 and
I was
Five in
2
there.
5, right? Okay.
Which non-British player has the most appearances in the Scottish Premiership in the last decade, David?
Oh, what a great question. Non-British player. Is that what you said?
Non-British?
God almighty, what a question that is. Johnny Hayes. He's Irish. They're not British.
Is he? I thought he was from Northern Ireland.
No,
it's
he's
Republic.
Republic, I think.
Is he? It's wrong anyway.
Who's the answer?
Near Beaton. The one they always talk about getting a
You
testimonial.
tell me Johnny Hayes not getting more appearances than near Beaton.
How many's
In the
Beaton
Scottish
got?
Premiership, he's got 161 appearances.
Johnny Hayes must have played more than 161.
Is there a play on words there? Scottish Premiership, Scottish, because mind it changed. It was the SPL before. I don't know.
Hayes has been here since 2013, is he not?
It was Inverness and all, wasn't it?
Also, he'd have played more regular than Beaton. My
No,
worry is,
Beaton played for years.
yeah, but he hasn't played every week. Like Hayes has played pretty much every week for every club he's been at.
No, he never played
But
a
my
lot.
worry
Did
is
he never
that,
played a
my
lot of
worry
Celtic?
is that the class Johnny Hayes has been British. That's my worry.
Did they play a lot of Celtic?
I would
Yeah,
love to
if
know.
you did left
I'd love
back,
to know
come
how
on.
many appearances Johnny Hayes has. Certainly, if
Yeah,
Got to Google it.
not really. Don't care enough.
Liam Scales made his league debut at Tannadice on Sunday. How many minutes did it take him to score after being substituted on, Adam?
Christ,
To take the lead here?
8.
It's a stinker of a clue.
6.
Unlucky, son. Unlucky.
I don't think... is it 2 each still?
Yep.
Going into the last question. Tony Watt is currently leading the top goal scorer charts in the top flight. But how many league titles has... I don't like this word he's used here. Journeyman won over his entire career. It's a negative.
Very disrespectful.
I don't like the word journeyman in there.
Don't be disrespectful.
How many leagues has he won?
2.
3.
Fuck off, man.
Fair play to him. He's won 11, 12, 12, 13 and 13, 14 all
Has
with
he- I mean,
Celtic.
I know, but fair play. Has he won them really?
Yeah. Well, we scored against Barcelona, didn't he, in
That helped him win
2012?
the league, didn't it?
Aye. Brought in money for the following
I
seasons.
remember him scoring against Motherwell for Celtic when he was younger. Like when I'm sure it was like the week after they played Barcelona, and everyone thought that was going to be him, the main man.
But he's made bank, didn't he? Went down south in that anyway.
Fair play to the boy.
Rangers defeated Hearts at Tynecastle on Sunday, but who scored the only goal in the tie when the last time the teams faced in the capital, Adam?
This didn't win it.
This
To
to
win
win
it.
it.
Oliver Bozanic.
Oh, Matthew Duff, fuck you.
Yes, it was.
Come on!
That's a fucking disgrace.
Shall we go to the tiebreaker?
To be fair, he didn't know Adam was on, did he?
No.
I don't know. We'll do the tiebreaker if
just
you
do
want.
the tiebreaker
Well,
anyway.
we always
We'll
do it.
Yeah,
Let's
let's
do
do
it.
it.
Should we do it? Should we not do it? I
Let's
don't know.
do it.
These quizzes are just meaningless.
Scotland face Ukraine in the semi-finals of the World Cup playoffs next year.
Yep.
But how many days has it been since the national side last faced Ukraine?
Right,
How many
okay.
days?
How many days?
Oh,
So start off with the years and
sharp.
get the
Can
calculator.
we get a
out.
calculator?
Ah, you can. Of course, you can get your calculator out. And in the meantime, I'm going to check how many appearances Johnny Hayes has had. Johnny Hayes. Right, this isn't great for a podcast, so
Where the hell's my
which did I say? Which did I say? Talk us through your workings, boys.
Well, not until we're done.
I can't even find the calculator on
Well,
here.
talk us through your thinking or
I'm
something.
always horrendous. I always go,
This is a podcast.
I always go way out of these maths.
do.
Just for well, we're not really. You've won the quiz. So we're
Yeah,
just, let's
we're
just-
agreed on that.
So it was 2007. So it was what 14 years ago. So I just went 14 times 365.
I think Matthew Duff might think that
What?
Ireland is in Britain. Boys.
Yeah, I've gone 14 times 365.
So I
as
got
well.
like 71,000. Wait, no, is that right?
71,000.
14 times 365.
You fucking alright?
Oh, what
I'll
did I-
go.
There's 365 days in a
What
year.
did I do to get 71,000?
How long ago was 71,000? 71,000.
5,000. How did I get 71,000? I must have had
194 years ago. Andrei Shevchenko scored.
at Kafkin Park.
Oh, at Captain Park.
Remember it well.
No way.
I'll go 5,200.
5,110.
Right, you'd have still won then because the answer's. Oh, wait. Say it again.
71,110 or something like
What? What's your answer?
that. 5,110.
Right, so the answer's 5,175.
And one. No, what did you say?
I said 5,200. So
Oh,
Oh, so he wins. That was so close. But VAR's stepped in a wee bit here.
VAR.
Inverness, right? He played 85 times for Inverness, and he's played 165 times for Aberdeen,
And then Celtic. And
45 times
750.
for Celtic, and 48 times
295.
in his second spell at Aberdeen. That might not be on the league, but surely
is,
that.
is the Republic of Ireland in Britain? Well, because it is
No.
is United Kingdom and Britain not two different things?
Will we
'Cause
get
it's
a
like-
poll on the
no.
go? Island
For a
Britain.
Celtic fan to get this wrong
It's
would
not,
be
it's,
very
not,
controversial.
it's not like the United Kingdom is of Great Britain and Northern Ireland.
Yeah.
So the Republic of Ireland
It's
is
not-
exempt.
yeah, I would
Aye,
say so.
they've got the Euro and all that. I mean, come on.
So I think I should have this. So Matthew Duff saying that the Republic of Ireland is in Britain is going to make him
Hold
very
on a second.
unpopular on Celtic
This would
Twitter.
tie you level in the quiz, and I've just nicked the tiebreaker.
Aye, but we said the tiebreaker was nothing. I helped you with working, so
Well, you didn't, because I didn't opt for 70 odd thousand,
Right,
did I?
I'm going to step in here. Adam wins.
Yeah, well, he won the tiebreaker, didn't he?
And he's won the full thing
That's
exempt
fine. I
tonight.
think
That's fine, but
stop
to be
trying to
fair,
claim-
David has been shafted here.
I have been kind of shafted there.
Yeah, 'cause
And
your head
also
went, didn't it?
And, well, your head went when your nan did. She didn't love
She
you.
did, aye.
And
She didn't
he got-
say she
he
didn't
got a
love me.
Hearts question to win it.
She didn't say
And
she didn't love me.
It was as badass that.
You could have gone first.
That's up for
no, you did
debate.
go first.
No,
I could
you're,
have gone
you're,
first.
you're like Ronan Keating over here. You say it best when you say nothing at all.
Fuck you. We don't know 20 in.
Oh,
Are we taking
we're
Twitter
not- an hour and
questions?
15.
Oh, I so well. Twitter questions. Does somebody else want to take the lead on this? Because
Your head's gone.
my head's away.
There's giveaway.
Ryan Fitzsimons asks, why is the Conference League better than the Europa League? It's not. Stop talking shite. All Scottish Premier League managers go to the pub. Who's the first to leave and who's the last to leave? Great question. Well, I mean, Hibs don't have a manager, so they're exempt.
Does David Gray not count? No.
Nah.
He's interim, isn't he?
First to leave. So who's the most boring bastard in the Premiership?
Gio's the
Management.
first to leave.
I think Tam Coates.
Well, Gio's the first to leave because he won't get served because he's about 5'2". So he's got his
And the
bros
ba- the
fake
baby
ID.
to- wee
He's
guy
fucking
just sits like that.
5'10".
That's like tiny for being 5'10".
He's fucking 5'10".
Every time I see
Gio's the
Stamford
first
say
away,
somebody, he's
100%.
fucking tiny.
No, I think
He
Tam
still buys
Coates.
his mum still buys his trousers.
I think Tam Coates.
Maybe Tam.
Studying or
Away home,
something.
masturbate
I
with his
can't
tactics.
see. I
boy.
can't see
Aye.
him having a pint at the boozer, but I can see him chilling with like a glass of wine in
Think
his,
so?
Oh,
in
yeah,
his
lads
living
red.
room. Yeah,
Lads
yeah.
red.
Aye, so
Feet
he
up.
just he goes to
He's
show
just
face.
off to the living room.
Shows to show face,
He's
maybe.
watching Strictly and he's analysing
Yes.
their fucking
Yeah.
footwork.
Aye.
Yeah.
He's
That's
taking
what
notes and all
Tam's
that
up to.
for the
And
when the judges say stuff.
Last to leave,
I think it's a split.
Ange is up there drinking schooners, though, isn't he? So he's
I think
probably-
Graham
he could
Alexander
drink,
would
I
be up
think.
there as well.
He's a big boy, you know, and
Ange put the pints away.
I think it's a
Oh,
split between
Alexander.
Alexander, Big Ange,
And Dave Martindale.
and maybe Jim Goodwin, the Irish, can drink.
oh,
Good
by
one,
the
actually.
way, he's too
Goodwin would
handsome,
have a
no,
good
ain't he,
scoop.
Goodwin?
Yeah, but you can see him with a fucking.
Oh, so you're saying he's left with a couple of birds?
Aye, he's
and
got
he's
a
not
bird.
there. Aye,
He's away. Him, the
I hear
property
that.
boss, away for a Dairy Eiffel Tower.
Stephen Glass wouldn't be around for long either. I wouldn't have thought.
You don't think so?
He'd be away.
I think he would observe for a while and then
Callum
he-
Davidson away.
he'd get bored.
Callum
The
Davidson
pair of them
wouldn't-
would get bored.
Callum Davidson. Oh no, Callum Davidson would be fucking. Doing
He's
the
nuts,
fucking-
actually. He would
is.
probably get thrown out
He would-
because he's done the Klinsman. Aye,
He's been ejected, hasn't he?
aye, he's
And barred.
smashed his head.
I
He's
can
in
see- I can
A&E.
see Goodwin lasting long.
Goodwin would be up
between,
there.
between Goodwin, Ange, and Graham Alexander for me.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that's a good trio.
you think so?
They'd be lively.
That was a great question. I like
Yeah,
that.
it was a good question.
I enjoyed that.
So good. I
A
put my
topper.
phone down and didn't get any more. Oh god, that's a two.
Oh, my back's away sitting here, man.
Some of these questions are having to make me think before I read them, so I'm just not even considering them.
Come on, just read them. Hurry up.
Who are the so who are the top? Right, 2021 as a year.
Oh,
top,
geez, yeah.
top 5 best players in Scotland.
Daily Record have released their
I know,
top
so-
50.
and just with that in mind, I've not seen it yet, but in 2021, I'm just opening this up. I'm opening this up to all 4 leagues, by the way.
Oh,
Top
wow.
5 most best players in Scotland. And
Right, well, I'd put Tavernier at number 1,
right, okay.
Goldson at number 2,
Jesus Christ.
Aribo at number 3,
Can see where this list is
McGregor
going.
at number 4,
Kamara at number 5.
and Davis at number 5.
Okay, I'd put Craig Gordon at number 1 for 2021.
For 2021,
Right
Yeah,
there.
it's calendar. He was phenomenal, and the amount of fucking saves he had to make in the championship last year was a joke.
He's the only
Games he
reason
won
we
for
are
us.
where we are.
He's the most consistent performer. Even like Tavernier's had bad spells in 2021. So was Goldson.
I know, I agree.
I don't think Gordon's had one
CG's
bad
been
spell.
outstanding.
Right, okay, I'll put CG up there then.
I would have so I'd go Gordon, Aribo, Kamara, Callum McGregor, and
Then the newcomers make it for you, like Kyogo.
nah, not yet.
No Jota.
Nah,
Nah,
not
Kyogo.
for me. So those 4, and the 5th one, I'm gonna try to get somebody who's a bit more out there. An out there
Tony
shout.
Watt.
Joe Cardle, because he was brilliant for Thistle in that run in last year, helping win
I'm
the league.
surprised you not said
And
Rory
he was
McAllister or
phenomenal this
somebody like
season.
that.
Nah, Joe Cardle for me, because Cardle was amazing for Thistle when they got promoted last year. And
Yeah.
he was really good this year as well. There we go.
I was a wee bit of tongue in cheek with my.
I feel what my Rangers players I said? Kamara, Aribo. Was my did I have 3 Rangers?
Aribo would have to be in there.
Kamara, Aribo, and Goldson. Even though Goldson's
Tav
been a bit
was
shite.
exceptional last season, get player of the year and all the rest of it.
But you also remember we're just in the second half of last season. We're not in the first half, and we're in the first half of this season.
Yeah, and Tav's got 11 assists.
I know, but he's a ball merchant, isn't he?
But
Doesn't fancy it. when
I
the
hope
ball
you
gets
go
to him.
down, you cunt. I hope you go down.
Mate.
Yogi is at the
we
wheel.
get relegated, and I'll know deep down that my gran loves me, so it's all right.
Aye.
Shall I get her on the phone?
Aye.
No, I'm not doing that.
Shite bag.
I can't deal with that.
Rejection.
Yeah. Top 5 players in 2021. Adam Kennedy.
CG, Tavernier. There's no particular order. I'm not saying Craig Gordon's number 1, but yes. CG, Tavernier.
Joe Aribo's got to be in there.
Yeah, Joe Aribo. I was leaning towards Goldson, but I don't know. He's tailed off recently. I think his form might pick up back again.
I think it has picked up again, isn't it?
Yeah, a wee bit.
Some pass this weekend.
Shall I stick him in there? Oh, I don't know.
It's like that. It doesn't really fucking matter.
What about this season,
Goldson.
quickly?
This season,
Top 5, no in particular order.
In the Premiership, top 5 players.
In the Prem.
Tony Watt,
Right.
Joe Aribo,
Right.
Craig Gordon,
Kyogo,
and I'm going to get stick for this, but I'm putting Callum McGregor in there as well, so I'm putting 2 Celtic in 1.
100%. I'd have Callum McGregor in there in front of Kyogo.
Okay.
Personally.
I would have, but I'd have 2 of them. But I don't have one Rangers player. I don't have.
That's mad, isn't it? Considering Rangers are 4 points clear still.
But I know it is mad.
Look at him trying to say that without a wee smile keeping on his face.
But even
I think Joe Aribo's like the nailed on one.
Could you think of another Rangers player in there? Because I genuinely can't. Because they chop and change too much, and there's been no one's been that consistent.
The closest would probably have to be Tavernier, and he's not really hit the heights.
No, he's not been as good as like.
He's just still hit numbers, didn't he? But that's about it.
I don't think
So
there's
far.
any dispute in that top 5.
I think that top 5. That's my top
What
5.
did I say? Watt, Kyogo, McGregor, Aribo, and
CG.
Gordon.
Yeah, I wonder what it'll be like at the end of the year, boys.
Yeah, it'll be a
So
lot.
far, if you were to pick a player of the season,
A lot of people are having Jota over Kyogo though. I wouldn't. It's a toss of the coin for me.
no yet, but I think potentially could take over a Kyogo in the top 5.
Fair comment.
I think if he gets back fit by the end of the season, we'll be saying he's the best player in Scotland.
So far, I think top 3: Craig Gordon, Joe Aribo, Callum McGregor.
I would probably agree with that.
I'd probably have Craig Gordon as the best player so far
I would definitely agree with that.
because he's just been like consistent every
single
game,
week he's making world class saves. I know people
which is
don't.
crazy.
It made me feel a lot better.
The thing with the Gordon thing is it's becoming normal for him to make a world class save every week.
I love him so
Do
much.
you know what I mean? And Joe Hart makes one and a half decent
Love
save,
him.
and everyone's like, "Oh, he's the best player in the country." Fuck off. I'm not having that.
And don't get me wrong, I'm fully aware that if he wasn't a Jambo, he'd be nowhere near us. Like, we are incredibly lucky to have him. But he's brilliant.
It's like a fine wine.
Yeah.
Have we got any more questions, David?
No.
No, that's us with the questions. He's
Too
a
many-
liar.
too many
People went out their time, out their way to write you a question, and you're just going to do them like that. Who do you
Such
think you are?
disrespect to the subs.
Who do you think you are? Like, listen, my nana might not love me, but I would read the questions
Well,
out.
she didn't raise a bitch. Yeah.
What?
Like.
Would you want to fucking fight or something?
No, I'm saying at least she didn't. But that's a good thing.
Alright, sorry.
I know you're a bit
Stupid.
tender, but settle down.
I told you my head's away.
That is away.
My head's away.
Like Rangers in the round of 32 in the Europa League away.
Oh,
This pod's
you've
away.
came for me actually in this podcast, didn't you?
Someone's specs isn't here, so someone's got to get it.
God's sake.
Little bit of
I'll
beef
remember
brew.
that. I'll remember
What
that.
was that look for?
I need a break from TSF.
Why?
I'm like I go through phases where I've been on too much recently. I need to
Aye, and you kind of get
get a bit.
What, slewing specs, slewing
I need
me,
like a couple of shows
slewing
off.
Div.
a couple of shows off.
Yeah, to kind of regain my
Aye.
composure again. But the problem is we end up with just fucking the Celtic Thunder every week if I don't come on, so it's a nightmare.
When I take a week off, the podcast just doesn't even happen because you just fucking don't arrange it.
Yeah, I can't be asking out of my bed.
I know.
I'm not disputing that.
And we end up in the mud. Fucking
not.
subscribe.
We now have no plan for episode 100, which is
Right.
some laugh.
Will we leave them?
That's
We do have a plan.
No, we don't. It's not going to work, mate.
How not?
Have you checked how many shows we've got left till Christmas?
Aye, well, we can just do double
Let's
shows.
churn them out.
There's got to be a League Cup semi, like a League
Cup
Cup
semi?
final preview this week.
You wish you were still previewing. the
Oh,
World Cup
jeez, I
semi,
wonder
yeah.
who'll be
No, I
on
don't.
that.
It's a Dundee Cup.
That's the Celtic the Thunder all over it, isn't it?
Any Hibees we could get on?
We need a Hibs guy on. We need one of the Ryans or Old or Callum. Any of them. A neutral and a Hibee. So,
You just want me to ring up one of my JK mates that supports Hibs.
aye.
If any of them can spout shit in a podcast, get them in. No, last thing we want to.
I know the guy.
Just episode 100 plans aside, what I want in the chat is what people would like to see for episode 100. You know, last week we did.
And
I
what's
like the
the word?
bullies. I like the bully special prize thing. That was good. There were some good shouts in there and
Right.
the comments from that last week. So I want this week. I want what you would like to see for episode 100 of TSF and make it relatively realistic.
Is that what's kind of the... If you're still here...
Yeah,
It's
See the amount
F
of
100.
The amount of people that make it right through this shite
It's
is
amazing to be fair.
crazy, man.
So that's what we want to see in the comments this week.
I love it, though.
F100.
Episode 100 and then
Let
like
us know.
let us know what you want.
Nice.
But make it relatively realistic. Or why not one realistic suggestion and one wacky suggestion?
Yep.
And just do what you want, because
Nice.
you've got this far, you deserve a bit of freedom.
Last wee bit, right? Just so we've covered it.
How are we not done yet?
Rangers St Johnstone on Wednesday. We'll not have a show before then. Win for Rangers.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2-zip.
Yeah. Bottom of the league. Fucking hell.
Comfy.
Ross County versus Celtic. There could be goals in that game.
2-zip.
Yeah, probably. And that'll do us.
Yeah.
1-2, 1-3.
See you later.
See you later, trips.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, driver. Bye, driver. Bye.
Oh, Nana.